has come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah.
God, I love these like a bunch of pictures of clothing and styles, and it's like, oh, can you do this thing for me? And it's like making fun of people and their trends.
All right. It looks like we are live. So welcome everybody to Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I am your Dire Bear DM, Captain Zach. And we also have with us, as always, Maddie playing Annalise, Steve playing Gillett, Chief playing Arneth, Ryan, who will be playing Lucky, and Larry Long Dixon, who is playing Ash once again. Yenfear should be with us here in a few moments. I will go ahead and preface this by saying, as always, we might be plagued with technical difficulties as there are loud thunder boomers and lightning in the sky where Chief is at. So if Chief drops out, it's and they're dead.
There are thunderbolts.
Can I have your stuff is my first question, and the only question that should ever be asked. We are going to get kicked off right here in a few minutes. Wanted to just give everyone a pause here. Remember that we are doing a giveaway. We're going to be doing two different giveaways. One will be at the end of the show, and the other one will be about midway through. We are going to be giving away a custom piece of art as done by one of our artists, which does include Yenfear, who just showed up, as well as Chief. So Jack and Chief are two of our very talented artists. We also have On Tumblr, it's Mr. Muffins, as well as Atlas. And again, all of our artists are fantastic. We encourage you to join our Discord server. The link is now in our Twitch channel. So feel free to drop in, say hi. We can set you up an adventurer role. You can see the different people doing the different art things and just having a good time. So with that being said, we will go ahead and dive in, and then we will do the Twitch giveaway. Or remember, to get into the giveaway, you have to be active in the Twitch chat. We will give you a keyword, and whenever you get the keyword, you will type that in, and then it will enter you to win. As always, please just one entry per. Yes, if you entered into the art, you can enter into the game as well. It's 2 different giveaways. If someone happens to win both, it is not favoritism. It is just luck of the draw. It is a random bot that we use to draw, so don't lynch us. Don't find us here at Lucky Dice Cafe in Huntsville, Alabama on South Parkway. I'm here often. Don't find me. Anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. Now, when last we left off, the party had just made amends, or at least a little portion of the party had. While they were making amends, our big blue griffin friend was off flying around, making friends with sky captains and delivering metallic-shaped man objects to the Grand Acadium. While the party was reconciling, coming across their differences and getting to a point where they were all happy and or at least coming to amends, they looked out across the city to hear a and watched as the tower that marks the Grand Acadium starts to fall. And that is where we left off. Party, you're standing outside of the Church of Castilia, and you can see the tower, that huge building that it is starting to crumble and give way. The edifice that it is breaking into large chunks. It's not like it's being blown apart. Large sections of it look as though they're being sheared and starting to fall.
Well, that's not normal.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Typically, stone doesn't do that. You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe it is normal. I haven't been in the city that long.
You're not a dwarf. What do you know about stone working?
That's racist.
Aww.
Hey, it's a racial ability. Yeah, I guess it is racist. Stone.
Huh. Actually, that's speciesist, and
So, are we just going to ignore that?
As much
yeah,
as I
sure.
want to.
I know. I just.
Not my circus. Not my monkeys.
I was actually just about to say that we got contacted. We have to go back to the Grand Acadium to find out about that
Because you did leave them.
script that we brought, that we wanted translated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Or
Well,
if it has, it's gonna be a dig.
You're saying you might have to go spelunking to get it?
yeah. And as soon as Lucky realizes, wait, the Acadium was full of magical treasure. I'll go help search the rubble.
Yep. He'll be the first one, and me too, though, really.
I feel personally attacked, and I really don't appreciate it.
I just came here to have a good time.
So, Annalise, what do you think?
There are innocents there. We can't just leave them to a fate possibly worse than death, so I think we should get a move on. Despite the fact that they're probably going to blame us for this.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Why does the
Somehow this is
party
gonna-
automatically jump to the conclusion that the DM's going to have them blamed for the actions?
I'm sorry, have you seen the party?
I don't
That'd
know.
be experience there, Cat.
It's not going to be your own choice.
You
Kat.
all have an
We're
alibi.
gonna find a way to put us in.
At least you all have an alibi. I mean, Lucky was locked away murdering someone. You were at the Church of Castilia. The rest of them were at the Cloak and Sash. Ash hanging out. Well, now Ash would be the only one that might be questionable because he did deliver
Yeah.
a large object to the Grand Acadian just a few
Yes.
hours before it went.
Sweet.
All right.
One of us.
Speaking Ash, as you are still no, actually, the captain actually had departed your company, leaving you to enjoy your cinnamon bread. As you are greedily, but yet carefully picking over this delicacy that has become a fast favorite of yours. You also see the shearing sides of the Grand Acadium, this large monolith to learning and all things to do with education and the collection of knowledge is starting to shear off in places as though a gargantuan or titan type blade has cut through the actual stonework itself, and it starts to slide and collapse into the ground.
Okay, I've got questions. I've got
Um,
questions. I've got questions.
All right.
Cap, may I ask you a few questions?
You may ask questions. Go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, even though I'm staring at it in shock and dismay,
Mhm.
my analytical mind is thinking, okay, as the debris is falling away,
Mhm.
is it being ejected outwards from the building, or is it falling close to the building?
It looks as though it's falling close to the building. So it does not look like it was an explosion that caused force outward. It looks as though something has. If you have a monolith, let's say, an
Well, I do, but I try not to boast. Move on.
if you take and shear a section of it off,
Oh, that sounds very uncomfortable.
it would just fall with gravity. So it's kind of like that.
Okay, copy that. Are you ready for action?
Well, you're by yourself. The rest of the party is somewhere
Right.
else.
Are you ready for action?
I am.
Flee!
Super fast runaway.
Yeah, I'm going to intercept. I'm going to intercept Captain Falls.
Okay. You take to the air looking for the very flamboyantly dressed captain.
Headed
Give me
right for the
perception
ship. In
check.
fact,
You have advantage since you are using your griffin eyes to search the grounds.
I'm going to Griffinize him. All right. Okay. Character bio and info. Wait a second. Character Mancer.
Hit.
That's new.
In the upper right hand corner, just hit
Right.
cancel and then discard and
Okay.
exit. Your character
Okay.
sheet should be there. It did it to me
easily
too.
confused. I was easily confused. So, perception check, which is also on Monday nights on Hyper RPG.
Following after our share.
That's right.
You don't
I have
happen to see him-
advantage, and I suck.
You don't see him anywhere in the near vicinity. You can
Headed
try
for
to
the
check.
ship.
All right. You take flight to the ship, which at your speed won't take you very long. Because I think, what is your fly speed? Like 80?
It's just so darn fast.
20,
Yeah, I
80?
can look it up. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum.
Should be in your speed.
80 it
flight.
is.
80. Yeah,
80
it
it
shouldn't
is.
take you very long.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
can
With that
book.
being said, you're flying to the ship. What are the rest of you doing? It's going to take you from where you're at the very edge of there. It's going to take you probably a good 20 minutes to get to the gates where the Grand that the Grand Acadium sits behind.
I guess we should start running.
Oh, that's bold.
Late jog.
Okay. Oh God, I don't want to do this at all.
You don't want to go.
I love the running.
It's a,
Man, the voice of a hero.
as you're all running just behind you, you hear Yenfear, "This isn't our problem."
I don't want to rescue the innocent.
We should still help.
I don't.
In the words of the
care,
true
honestly.
Canadian that Jack is, figure it out.
Get yourself
You can
together or
go
die.
home. You can go home.
Power
No, I
walk.
can't.
Like, just,
He wouldn't be able to withstand the disappointed mom look.
oh,
That's true.
this is true. You'd have to go home. be like, "What are you doing?"
Not saving innocence. And then she just gives me the look, and I'm like, I'll go right away. I'm
It's
sorry. Yeah, that's the one.
All right, so the party's making their way to the Grand Acadium.
I guess we're running.
Yep.
While you are running that direction, you arrive at the ship. Because again, you fly really fast.
Really fast.
You
And
can
just-
see
Uninvited right onto the deck. Blam.
the rocks in the water as you land with all of your weight. Looking around, the wings are still furled.
Mhm.
The
Looking for Bowman.
looking for Bowman Gerst.
Yes.
Easy enough to find him because as your weight rocketed down onto the ship, rocks it in the water. He steps forward in all of his Goliath form. This gigantic, blue-gray skinned gentleman steps forward. He has a cutlass out. No, it's you.
Bowman.
He puts it back in. What
Look
can we
what's
do?
happened. Look over at the Acadium. Look what's happened to the Acadium.
Oi, we were making preparations to away.
Right.
Over there and help out.
Can you get airborne over there soon enough?
Aye. And you
Right.
see him step two, and he starts calling for the men to get their stations and let's get airborne.
Thank you.
Within a matter of a few moments, you watch as the wings don't fully unfurl. They kind of that gossamer material that they're made out of starts to unfurl a bit, and he backs it out into the water to where he can get position. They start to arch forward, and it starts to lift out of the water.
Okay,
Um,
I'll be gone by then.
Yeah, it's because it's going to take him. I mean, it's not like, it's not VTOL.
Yeah, I move fast. Yeah, I'll be gone by then, and on the way to the Acadium, looking for Captain Silas Falls again.
All right, go ahead and give me another perception check. Again, you have advantage since you're using your eyes.
I do have those eyes. Aha, 21.
You see a blue long waistcoat fluttering as it darts down an alley heading toward the docks.
I will intercept him as he comes out of the alley.
You land in the streets, and he pulls up to a stop, nearly colliding with you as he skitters to a halt. The tall, supple leather boots sliding on the stones a bit, the coat flapping behind him. Oh, hello, new friend.
It's Lin-Manuel Miranda as Captain Silas Falls.
I see we've got a bit of a problem. I was heading to the ship.
The ship's leaving. We're headed to help with the Acadium.
Excellent. So you've already landed upon the ship and asked them to help. Great.
Yes, I'm taking you now, and I'm grabbing him.
And you just grab him and just take off into the sky.
Yep.
He doesn't even have time to react. The next thing you know, your talon is around his body and you just hurtle up into the sky. There's a bit of a whoop.
Sorry for
He's
the disrespect.
moving this quickly from the ground.
No disrespect intended, Captain, but you must be with your ship.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Kitty. You see the ship is now in the air. It's only probably about 10 feet off of the ground, but it is climbing up into a position. You
All right.
bound through the air, drop onto the deck, releasing him as you do, and he kind of tumbles over, and then, just like a cat would do, you watch as he spins, comes to his feet, tumbles into a roll, and stands up.
And I'll just say, your ship, Captain, and then all he sees is Griffin's butt and gone.
All right. You hear faintly as you go, "You're right. It is my ship."
Yeah.
And you're heading toward the Acadium?
Yes.
All right. The rest of you arrive at the gates. The guards are...
How out of breath am
And we just lost Jack for like 10 minutes. That's it. That's all we've got. Jack's just in tears and a ruined mess. Congratulations.
How can you stand to look at your own cat?
All right.
Oh my god.
Practice.
So you arrive at the gates of the fort district. The guards are on full alert. They have made a small barricade out of the entry. They are letting no one in, and you watch as groups of guards are ushering people out in disarray. You watch as familiar tabards for clerical, different religious and clerical individuals rush in through the gates with just a nod. Are you wearing any tabard or anything, a hauberk or anything that marks you as Church of Castilia? Well, your church isn't known for healing, anyways. Your church is more of a
It
let's
is
go
known
murder
to
them
have
things. What would
Murder
happen?
church.
it is
Murder
known to
church.
have healing, but it's really hard to tell who amongst the church has healing.
Mhm.
Annalise does.
Okay.
They
As you all walk up, one of the guards holds out a hand and says, "I'm sorry, we're not allowing any admittance into the Fort District at this time."
You're gonna punch him in the mouth, ain't you?
Has everybody successfully been gotten out?
We're still working on collecting individuals, but we have it under control.
How many clerics did I watch go in?
You only saw about maybe 3 go in the time that you've walked up.
We've
And
got
most of
magic.
the-
We're skilled. We can help.
I'm sorry, I can't allow citizens in. It's much too dangerous. We're trying to remove everyone. If you go unaccounted for, we wouldn't know where to find you, how to find you.
I mean, we're not regular citizens, we're adventurers. So, I mean,
Show
this
your
isn't our
badge.
first rodeo, so to speak.
He nods. Ah, adventurers. Yes, then make sure you stay on that side of the barricade. And he starts to go back over and starts ushering more people in and out. You watch as the bulk of the individuals that are porting out are dressed in the plain clothing of one of the acolytes or one of the tenders there in the at the Grand Acadium. You know, that plain tunic and the plain brown pants. Some of them are wearing robes, but the majority of them just seem to be, of the mundane.
Have we seen a single scholar leave?
Give me a perception check. Not in the time that you've been standing there for like the last, few minutes or last minute or so. As you approach the gates, you see the party standing down at the gate trying to gain entry. Or see them standing at the gate. You're not quite sure what they're doing.
All right, I will drop down and use the blast of wind from the wings from a fast landing to fully gain the attention of the official attempting to keep charge.
Yeah, you watch as he actually moves his hands to block any of the dust and dirt from spinning up in his eyes. Ugh.
This adventuring group is with me. I vouch for them. And
He
that's
looks-
gone.
And you're gone again?
Yeah.
But what?
And that's all you need.
Ash is still here.
And he didn't
He
try
goes-
and... well,
I don't know who that was.
that was a Sky Warden, so either you're going to let us in to help, or you're going against the Sky Wardens, and I don't think you want to do that.
Give me persuasion. You have advantage since you had Sky Warden, the word Sky Warden being thrown around.
Oh!
He
He
looks
flexed.
left and right.
Yeah.
He goes, quickly, but mind yourselves. Rescue any that
course.
you
Well, actually, isn't Ash...
Lucky, shut up and let's go!
Great. Now
We have
know my
people to
name.
save! Shut the fuck up!
All right. He moves the barricade out of the way. You allowed entry into it. Again, laying out before you is the one path that branches into 3. You can again see the beautifully well manicured gardens, although now there's rubble and large chunks of stone and a few people laying here and there. You see the people that are laying there are being tended to, but it's it's more like, hey, I was nearly crushed and I fell out of the way. You don't see anyone that seems to be severely injured upon first glance. You take the path to the left to lead to the Acadium. As you approach, Ash, starting with you first.
All right, I've got altitude.
The top 3 floors of this, so that's 6, 7, and 8. That's 8 stories tall. The top 3 are that the top floor is bisected a little less of the 7th, and the 6th is even less. So as though it were a square, something came through and sheared it like this. The 5th floor has a bit of the wall exposing the inside. Give me a perception check.
I can do that. I see all. Nat 20.
You see within the rubble, the smoke and the haze that's just come from the destruction. Pinpoints of light marking the eyes of something in the rubble.
Ooh.
As it turns and kind of looks at you, you hear a and I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. I evade all.
You do not evade all because you don't have advantage.
Ah, damn it. That'll teach me. I think I evade all, when in fact I get it right.
Oh God, it burns!
The goggles, they do nothing.
The goggles, they do nothing. It's in my mouth. Hot fire, burning my face.
Relax your throat. Try not to choke.
You are going to take 18 points of damage, of fire damage, but halved to 9 because you are resistant.
Yes.
As 2 beams of searing white hot light shoot through the rubble, slamming into you, nearly making you lose your perch in the middle of the air, but you right yourself. Some of your singed looking feathers, the ones that kind of burn, look a little more singed than normal.
Yeah. Whew, all right. Somebody used bellows on him.
Looking at whatever it was, you can see that it is a metallic object standing about 8 feet tall, maybe closer to 9.
Barrel-shaped body.
Mm-hmm. Barrel-shaped body, kind of a pill-like head, or like not pill head, but like a cylinder head.
Uh-huh.
Long, spindly arms that end in big metallic cylinders. Yeah, looking very much like the thing that you just delivered.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
You on the ground as you're running up, you can see Ash up above you. And you watch something shoots out of the building, slams into him, making him kind of cartwheel in the air for a second before bringing his wings out and righting himself. Ash, that ship should be here by now.
Bum, bum, bum.
Give me another perception check, please. Oh. It seems to be moving a bit slowly off in the distance.
Pointed away.
No, it's coming towards you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Funny, it didn't have portholes on the side of it whenever you first saw it landing.
Darndest thing.
Oh, okay. That was a 3 on the die, so that's a miss. As you hear, you feel the object whiz by you before you hear the there's an impact on the ground somewhere just north of you all as you watch some object fly through the sky and collide with the ground. And we've lost Ash. Come back to us, Ash.
It's all right. I'm just restarting Firefox here.
okay.
Surprise.
That's what you get for using
A cannonball is flown past you and embedded itself into the ground.
So hey, can I have a swig from that healing?
Can I get a toss back from the horn? We got a few minutes there.
Who's low on who's low on health? I guess should be the
All
main
right.
question.
No one rested after the fight, right?
Yeah, pretty much all of us.
We're all gonna die if we try to do this.
Why did we come here?
Okay. All right.
You know-
All right. So Annalise is going to reach out and put her hand on Yenfir's shoulder. And you're going to get 11 health back.
Okay.
What does that look like? Blood curse of transfusion. Quotation marks.
There's a lot of red energy being transferred. And Gillet, you're gonna get 17.
Ooh.
Right.
What was that?
Are you a cleric now?
No, I've never been a cleric. That is at the cost of my own life.
So you're like
Aww.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, well, just don't go unconscious like every other time we've had to fight something, okay?
Okay. I mean,
You mean?
Yeah, she's not mad. She's just disappointed.
There's another cannonball. Get big around. Goes flying past you.
Hey,
that
Annalise,
doesn't look right.
you have any more of that?
Get any more of that
Blood
sweet healing?
sleep.
But you let me drink from that home.
She'll hand the horn over instead, just because I only got so much health, and if we have to friggin' save somebody, take the 2.
Okay.
It is moving decidedly closer to you now.
Okay.
Party.
Are they? Who are
The ship
they?
is firing cannonballs. Something's firing lasers in the building. Ash is in the sky.
It seems like a little bit
I feel like this is
our
out of.
pay grade.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. You know what would be good at a time like this?
Not
Shit
being
ton
A
of
there.
nap
A pocket dimension?
and a
Not
stiff
conflict.
drink
All right.
would be
Oh,
best.
well, if you wanted a stiff drink, that's all you had to say. I don't have one, but I know where to get one.
Actually, reaching
Absolutely,
your back.
I think we should do that, and then
Yeah, let's just go to the tavern, guys.
Annalise.
Wait for this all to blow over.
It's the whole thing to blow over.
I mean, we can't help anybody when we're so low health. I feel like we should regroup and just rest up, get
Yeah.
super strong.
We need to talk
Maybe
about how
regroup
Annalise-
ourselves.
We need to talk about how
And-
Annalise is like a necromancer now.
I'm not a necromancer.
Okay, well,
Uh,
I just mean
Captain.
this is not the hill I want to
Captain,
die on.
You need to send a runner for the Sky Wardens immediately.
Who are you talking to?
Odds are
The
pretty
guard
good
that
to
let
know
them
this.
through.
Oh yeah, the guard. Yeah.
Captain, I didn't know if he was captain or
No,
whatever.
it's fine. You start yelling for the guards, but he yells back, "It's already done!" And they're all running now. And there's where there was order in the chaos, where they were getting people out, but it was being organized. All of that has thrown out the window, and you watch as at the edge of the Grand Acadium, that 5th floor where all of the artifacts and all of those really cool things were held and cataloged. The wall gets knocked out, and you can see what looks to be a man made out of metal standing at the edge of the building.
Well, that's not normal. Let's
There-
go beat him up.
3 quick beams of flashes, not like it's shooting a beam out, but like a beacon. Boom, boom, boom. And Ash from the ship, since you watched it, as it's now trying to shoot at you, you see click, click, click. 3 more of those beacons, like in response.
We need to get to the 5th floor now.
Let's go.
Okay.
Come on, Nanfear, you owe me one. Let's go. It's got way more interesting now that the artifacts up there.
Okay.
Ash, it's okay. Because there's something flying that way. But it's not a skyship. There are red and black feathered griffins making their way to the ship. And you watch as the gossamer wing-like structures that are flowing out pull into the side of it and kind of angle down. And there's a... and it starts to go moving a lot faster in your direction. You are still like up in the air close to the 5th floor, not like right at the building, but not too far from it, right?
Yeah, and I've kind of figured out my role in this right now. I'm going to try to keep the thing engaged.
Okay.
My job is Harrier.
All right, so you're going to engage the metallic construct thing?
I am. I will be doing things like I'll actually land on the tower, pick up a rock, overhand it onto the thing, you know.
All right.
Basically keeping its attention on me.
Okay. For the purposes of this, just so that I can kind of keep this organized, I'd like to have everybody roll initiative for me, just so that way I can...
It shall be so.
We need to have our markers on the map, right?
Yeah, you do. You have
Oh,
my
man. I forgot.
It's okay. Go ahead and throw it down there and roll your initiative.
What the? Figure it out, Maddie. Oh, nice. Oh, rip Chief.
Bad.
Hey,
Oh, friggin' rip.
Oh, that's even sad.
I'll be shot out of the sky really soon.
Is that
now.
your new? Your new icon is so cute.
Isn't it though?
What the?
Oh my
God!
That's
the greatest thing ever.
Little chibi token. It was
You
awesome.
just fucking scream. That is so cute. Oh my god.
That's so good.
All right. Hopefully, I've got
Cute.
everybody on here and not duplicates. So let's.
I need to make me one of those. God damn. It's
Come on.
transparent. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's a good idea.
That is a fucking great idea.
Oh, I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Down a
Lucky.
little.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll go over there.
Yenfear, you didn't put yourself on the map.
I did. I'm right here.
Uh,
Then you didn't
I
see
didn't
what
click on my, I didn't click on my token. Okay.
Yeah,
There you are. Get all clicky with it.
Fine. I'll roll again.
That's
Get your
what I
click
like.
on.
That's what I like to hear. I'll click again.
But can I keep my 17? Please.
Sure.
What a pushover this guy is.
Considering he nearly killed like the entire party last Wednesday, yeah, I think.
We're dying just the same. So.
All right. So first up,
Man,
Lucky.
lucky is lucky.
what are you doing first?
Well, I guess the crossbow will come out.
All right. You can see the metallic man and the ship is closing in. You know it'll be there within any moment. And you all see this beautifully decorated and designed ship that's flying through the sky.
Is the metal man within 400 feet of us?
I'm doing the whole...
Yeah, even if it was an 8-story building, then the delta on that would still be under 400.
Yeah, he's in... Yeah. If you guys are close enough to the building that you can see him, then yes, he's within 400 feet.
Pew!
All right. Disadvantage on that, so 13 to hit.
Yep.
Your bolt strikes him and just ricochets off harmlessly.
Yeah. Jerk. Pew pew.
That one actually. So the second time you fire, the bolt sticks into them. It breaks off pieces of it, but you can see that it's stuck into them. Go and roll
Did you
damage.
See that? I hit him.
Oh, yeah, you're doing great. Keep it up.
All right. He is
I hit
going to
him
use his
almost
reaction to
400 feet away.
retaliate.
Right? Be impressed.
Yay! We're gonna die.
He's
Nah,
going
we
to
got
use his
this.
reaction to retaliate.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits me.
Okay.
Whoa. God, we'll be fine. And then
You're just going to get obliterated.
And Lucky just evaporates.
No.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
You take 18 points of fire damage as those beams that you saw earlier that struck Ash sear down and smash into you.
Yeah. I don't react, and then I turn very calmly towards Jack and everyone. Go, "Ah!"
There's just two smoking holes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm at
This
3
is
hit points.
concerning.
I miss you. I miss Lucky. You didn't rest
I'm gonna
at
duck
the jail?
behind Gillet. I'm gonna duck behind Gillet and go, save me! Save me! I'll pull out all the money I have and start putting it in his pockets. Please! Let me live!
Oh my god. Like, this is not.
He's just emptying that bag.
Yeah.
He just lifts it up.
Yeah! I'd rather live!
Here, I got it. This is a bow from somebody's hair.
So you didn't rest at the jail?
No, I was killing people!
Just. Okay. This is such a bad idea. Okay.
Also, not the place we should be talking about it.
Well, there's certainly
being
enough
said-
chaos around here.
that
I
being
don't
said,
know if you
Gillet-
notice.
Gillet, you're with me. Let's go. And she's gonna take off into the building, and it's gonna be one of those like we gotta spend turns getting up to the 5th floor.
Yeah.
I'm following Gillet. He's gonna keep me safe.
Well, on your turn, you can. So you make your way into the building. You using double movement.
Yeah.
All right. So you get into the building. You're easily within the building and a bit up the staircase. And on that Yenfear, it's your turn.
Yeah, Lucky just laughed.
I don't want to be here.
You flip the camera and leaves.
Honestly. Oh, fuck. I can't do
That's a
shit. Okay. Okay. No leaving your friends to die. We talked about this. Me. Okay.
Are you having an existential
stop.
crisis right now?
Hello.
Talk about this. You don't leave your friends to die.
In fear?
Uh-huh.
Gosh darn it, people like me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm great. I just, I have to be in melee range of whatever the fuck that is to do anything at all, and I'm just preparing myself. Oh, listen, you're not here, so fuck off.
He's still
Actually,
there.
he is.
I still
He
am.
hasn't left
Is
yet.
he? Oh, okay.
I'm the only
Well,
one
Well,
he's
that's
right
left.
behind, but
die.
I just healed
Okay.
you.
I didn't say. Was I looking at you? I didn't mean to look at you. I meant
you
to
don't
look
know.
at him.
Now, Annalise isn't there because Annalise is inside the building.
Oh, okay. Listen.
I know
I'm
this
just
is all
having a
confusing.
crisis. I know this is very unclear, but
Do you want to borrow my longbow?
That would be the most awkward thing to see, and I love it. Go, please.
I don't know if I know how to use a longbow.
Are you an elf?
Yeah. Then yeah.
Actually, I need to double check, but I don't think the Eladrin has elf
No,
training?
I don't know if they do either.
Hold on,
Fucking-
we'll find out. Give me just one moment, please. Please hold.
Fucking unearthed arcane.
Well, there's no better place
Oh,
to
sure.
learn than in
Now
battle.
you're racist.
Yeah, there's no better place to learn than in.
I could let you borrow my light crossbow.
That's
Because
true.
his
Are you
crossbow.
That
married
would be
to
funny
it?
to watch, actually.
What do you mean funny to watch? The fuck?
It's a packed weapon.
Oh,
No, I have
okay.
like
No,
an
no,
actual
he has
light
an actual crossbow.
Oh, okay.
This is a heavy crossbow.
Yeah.
With that
No,
expression on your
actually-
face as you say that, Ryan.
What did you attune to?
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm throwing pieces of building.
No, you were
summer.
attuned to winter, if I'm not
Was I?
mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, I was. Oh no. We're all gonna die.
What's this supposed to mean?
Yeah, so I'm winter.
All right. You do not have elven weapon training.
Fuck, useless motherfucking elves. Okay, fine. I'll just fucking
Eladrin,
die, I guess.
So what are you doing? Come on, make a decision.
I'm crying.
Firebolt or something?
Well, I can't use a firebolt. I can use chill touch.
Not at this range, you can't.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna have to follow Annalise. I really don't want to, but like,
All right.
you know, I've almost died like 30 times now. So
This
why
is the
not just-
quickest, longest existential crisis that we've ever seen. As in a matter of seconds, you see I got to go, oh God! And then Jack-
Wait. I'm going to grab Yinfir before he runs off. Give him a quick hug. In case he dies.
Okay, thanks. I love you. Bye.
What?
I like the reason it wasn't to bolster your resolve. It's in case you die. I may never get to do this again. I'm gonna give you a
guys
hug
should
now.
kiss.
Now.
Now.
Listen. That will be when I'm coughing up blood
Yeah.
and he's holding my crumpled dead body. Okay.
Again. All right.
Again.
Why not now?
So you're doing double move to get into the building right behind
Yes.
Annalise. Gillett, I assume you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm also going to be doing this.
Ooh.
Oh, great. So you're
Wow.
moving. What's your total movement with them?
Oh, you know what? That doesn't actually double speed.
Yeah, it does. You take the dash. It gives you the dash.
It does the
It
dash?
allows you to take your movement again. So your movement is how much?
45.
So you can move 45. As your action, you can move another 45. So that's 90.
Mm-hmm.
Then using your key point, you can move another 45. So that's 90 and 45 is 135.
Mm-hmm.
You run past Annalise, past Yenfear, jump up the staircase, and make it to the second floor.
Like a badass.
Like
What a hero.
mouse. All right. Arneth,
Okay.
you can see the metal man. What are you doing?
No one's close to him. Like now is Hail of
Now's the time
I
to
never
use Hail of Thorns. Yay!
Do it!
okay. Please.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Yes.
Yay!
That and it's better than nothing.
Anything is better than nothing.
Fails
I
the
mean, look at
dexterity
me.
saving throw. Rolled a 7 on the die, so he doesn't have a +6. So.
Finally. I've wanted to use that for so long.
So you
You're
do a
just
total of
waiting.
14 points of damage. Is that right?
How
Yeah,
many did you say?
Total of 14, 12 from the bow and 2 from the Hail of Thorns. Okay. You watch as your arrow slams into him and then sprouts these additional darts that fly off of the arrow, piercing him. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you hoped it would have done, but it still did some damage to him.
Attack. So I can shoot them. Or does the Hail of second one?
No, the Hail of Thorns, if I'm not mistaken, is a bonus action. Your attack action has 2 attacks. So you get to take the second.
Okay. Yay.
Oh, rip.
That's
This one
How
clatters
true.
off the stonework just below his feet.
Brutal.
All right.
alright. I guess I'm staying outside for now.
Ash,
Must be nice to have a ranged weapon.
So
it's your
nice.
turn.
Yes. Well, I suppose you'd say I'm using an improvised weapon as I'm using a bit of cornice off the building.
Fly up and tear off a piece of the loose stonework.
Mhm.
Swing around and hurl it at him. Go ahead and roll. We'll use your dexterity for it. So D20 plus your dex.
This may sound strange, but the reason that I'm doing that instead of just engaging in melee with it is I'm afraid that we would fall and then it would be on the ground to menace a lot of people. I'm trying to keep it up there where, frankly, it's not that close to a crowd. So, yes, what would you like me to roll for you, sir?
D20 plus your dexterity modifier, please.
Okay. Let me see. That will be a and
You
Boom!
hurl the rock, and it slams into the 5th floor right where you wanted it to land. Unfortunately, though, you watch as the head and then turns back to look at you with no regard, really. And the ship arrives. You watch as the gossamer wing structures on it fold out as it comes to a stop between you and right outside the 5th floor where the creature is standing.
oh yeah.
Captain Silas or Captain Falls comes up to the edge of it, grabs onto one of the ropes off of the mast and swings around and yells out at you. "'It was nothing personal, old boy. Merely business."
Ooh,
And you watch as the metallic creature walks forward and jumps and lands on the front of the ship, making it kind of drop in the air for a second. You watch as the men on the deck swing ropes and throw them, and they land and they start shimmying across, almost like a tightrope walk, as you watch them pulling them tight. As they go, you see these like belts that are on their waist. They just tap them, and they kind of shimmer for a second as they run across into the room, into the 5th floor.
They're boarding the tower.
They're boarding the tower, yeah. You hear the sounds from Captain Falls says, "Now, tell your Sky Wardens to stay back. I don't want any more bloodshed than what there's been, so I don't want to have to drop any of them. It's quite a distance they'll fall, so be a good chap. Tell them to stay away."
I was just going to scream, "You used me!"
Yes, well, sometimes those sort of things happen.
Okay, and I need to roll for the intensity of losing my shit?
Would that be an insight check?
Yeah,
a straight
maybe.
wisdom check?
Because you can bet Aj is going to close on Captain now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, time to body slam Mr. Captain.
All right. Which you can do on your turn. Hold on a second here, guys. I'm trying to rectify my Chrome. It is being weird. Like everybody's frozen except for me.
I've lost
All right.
video on you, so
I know it's on me.
Yep.
I can see it in Twitch. So, okay. I might have to drop the roll 20 and come back in. So bear with me just 1 second.
Hey, he's gone. Let's get his stuff.
Well,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
Just roll a bunch of dice.
according to the overlay, I'm the DM now.
All right,
Yeah.
Maddie.
Look at me. I'm the
Kill us all!
I'm Arneth, and I am going to give Lucky all of my money.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Your name is right above my head.
All right,
I
name-
mean,
my name.
if you ask,
we're
he
back to
probably
the
will
top.
give you some.
We're back to the top of the order. So you can now see, Lucky, the airship has come to a stop right outside of the 5th floor.
We gotta fight a ship too? Crap.
This is a terrible idea. I don't want to be here.
Here, take my light crossbow.
Thank you.
Ian
You're
already
welcome.
gone.
That's another thing you owe me.
Wait.
Are they?
Did you follow
We're
us?
not together.
Yeah.
Yenfir,
Yeah.
Annalise, and Gillett are all within the building.
Mhm.
Well, I would have ran too. Yeah.
Sure.
I
Oh, I
would
remember you
have.
said he was
Yeah, I was saying I'm clutching
hiding behind me.
Oh,
and
that's
therefore
right, you
came
said
with
you
me.
like it's my
Oh,
shield.
All right, yes.
So
We
you run
are.
into the building right
Ran a
behind
little
Gillett.
fast for
Gillett,
him.
who has
Gillett, I'm assuming, is way faster
Jordan
than me.
light-footed the hell out of here. He is just
Mhm.
gone.
So I'm still
Okay.
sticking with
it's
everyone
the
else.
it's the old Hanna-Barbera. It leaves and the dust trails right there, and then it just that kind of thing.
A gillet-shaped cloud.
Yeah, exactly. Just there's even the sound. All right, so you
I give
run after
Yenfir
him.
my light crossbow.
All right, you can catch up to Yenfir and give them your. So that's you spend your movement and action getting in there. I'll say as part of your movement, you hand over the light crossbow. So you can now have in your inventory a light crossbow. So you are no longer bound to the ground. All right, that is your turn. Next up is going to be Annalise.
Oops.
Are you shooting me
Getting
in the
up-
back?
No. Are you running up the staircase?
Yes.
Okay. Check it. You are now starting to see where the scholars are. Some have been flung down the stairs. Others are mending or tending to those who have fallen. Some are lying still. They're not moving. Gillett, you see this as well. You see several of the scholars, the learned brothers and sisters that you had kind of seen met are in disarray. Some of them look as though they're trying to mount some sort of an onslaught to the 5th floor again, but they've all been pushed out. So you're again using 60 feet of movement, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Feet of movement. You get up the staircase a bit further. I mean, the floor plan of this is it's huge. It's a big building. But I'll say that you just flat out running wide open. You get to the stairs, up the staircase to the landing of the 2nd floor. Yenfir, are you running as well, right behind Annalise?
Yeah, but can I use my face step?
You can face
At the
step 30
end.
feet. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can run your 60 feet. I believe that's what you have is 30 feet of movement. So you have 60 feet of movement, and then you face step at that last second to appear right up next to, or right just kind of in front of her, a little bit on the landing. And that is where you are. Gillett, you are already on the 2nd floor, so you're going to continue to do your double movement at 90 feet, or are you going to do a key point, do step of the wind again?
No, I'm going to hold back on that for now.
All right, so you move 90 feet, you cross the 2nd floor, up the stairs, you land again at the 3rd, and like partway up to the 4th floor. You were on the 2nd, yeah. I'm just trying to do like, where were you at?
All right.
Okay, so you're halfway up to the 3rd floor. Arneth, the metal creature is now on the ship. You don't see him because you're looking at the hull below, and that's what you can.
Are they still
You cut out on me. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Are they still shimming across the building?
You can see some of them shimmying across the building. That is, yes, that is a thing.
I'm trying to decide if I want to go to the building or if I just want to stay outside and shoot stuff.
Start picking people off of tight ropes. I need somebody to play Leon Russell's tightrope right now.
Okay.
Don't try.
As all of the audio is gone.
Cut off. Yeah.
We don't have the rights. Clearances.
I would very much like to shoot at some of the guys going across.
Go ahead and take aim and fire. Okay.
Second shot, I just can't do it. Still all beat up.
Go ahead and roll damage for that first shot.
11.
Give me just one moment here. I need a D10. Three plus 9. You watch as you fire the first arrow. It goes through, and it almost seems like it slows down. The guy grabs it, not before it actually does pierce him just a little bit. You watch as he pulls the arrow, a little bit of blood on it, and he throws it down. It seems, again, to be a slow movement through a particular field as he pulls it away from himself, but when he releases it, it falls normally.
Wonderful. Time to...
You cut out again. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
It's time to go into the building.
All right, so then you're going to just tuck into the building. All right. So your movement is 30 feet, if I'm not mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you move into the building. You're inside within the first 30 feet. So, all right. Ash?
I am here.
What are you doing?
Okay, so you said that the metal monster creature guy
Is on the deck of the ship.
Is on the deck of the ship. And I'm really angry at the captain. So it looks like I'm going to go and dive down and body slam the captain because I'm so angry about the entire thing. Ooh, and in fact, I'm going to do something else.
The Sky Wardens are still a little ways out.
Yep. You guys are going to love me if this works. I'm going to love me if this works. I'm going to remember me fondly if it doesn't.
I'm going for the powder room, and I don't mean the restroom.
Yep. Actually, it's this. I look like I'm going to scream in and attack the captain. Then I will jink to port at the last moment, grab the metal monster, and throw him into one of the wings of the ship.
Huh. Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
This will be see if you grab the man, or if you can actually strike him.
Okay. Attack roll. What the hell do I roll for that?
Claws. Roll your claws attack.
Okay, you got it. Claws, it is...
I have the claws.
It is a...
Scream down to try to strike him, and as you juke at the last second, the captain, who's like pulled out a saber and has kind of like positioned himself for your blow, you peel off at the last second and drag your claws across the metallic monster. You watch as furrows are left in the metal. Unfortunately, you do not grab a hold of him. You slide past him with your momentum. You watch, though, as the metal that was shorn knits itself back and seems to have taken no damage whatsoever.
Yeah, it's time for another ass whooping.
What a jerk!
I still have another attack.
All right. All right, so you're going to swing around and try to grab it again? Go for it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I roll a grapple on that or not, but
Well, you're going to roll to hit first. You know, once you grab him, once you've successfully attacked him, then it will be a grapple check.
man, I wish I had advantage on that.
I know. Once again, you go to swing your beak in, and he brings one of those gigantic cylinders up and kind of
Clang.
cling. There's a chink as your beak strikes the metal with no effect. All right.
Hmm.
The metal man kind of turns his head. It's weird because it pivots around to look at the captain. And the captain just nods and says, "Take care of our friend. Take care of our friend." And the head spins back around, and he is going to go to attack you. However, I don't believe that a 10 will hit you.
That is correct.
However, an 18 on the die plus 6 will. That's going to be 24 to hit you.
It will, and I'm extremely angry because I really hoped that take care of him meant he was going to offer me pastries.
You are going to take 5. No, I'm sorry. Brain went blank. 7 points of bludgeoning damage as he brings one of those metal arms and just kind of smacks you in the side with it.
Ow. Ow. Yeah, I'll shriek a little at that.
All right. The captain takes out from around his neck a whistle and blows on it. And you watch as the rest of the men bound back across the tight ropes take out their cutlasses, sever them. All right, men, we're away. And the ship starts to move off a bit. It hasn't moved out of range yet, or it hasn't really getting up, because it still has to kind of pick up speed, but it's starting to move away from the building. You have no idea what they've gotten away with or what they've absconded with, but they are, whatever it is, they've gotten something and they've moved back towards the ship.
Clearly, they just wanted the circlet.
Damn it, it's not here! Hey, everybody back on the boat. We gotta go look somewhere else. He's gonna look later on and get a letter that says, "Captain, Lucky's had the circlet the whole time." It'll be him sitting in the cabin, beautifully done. He's just gonna lower it and look up and go, "Lucky."
Why is everything my fault?
All right. Well, speaking of, it's your turn.
Can I see them from? Have we reached the 5th floor yet?
Don Carnage. Bless you for Don Carnage. You have not reached
there's
the
a
fifth
nice
floor.
throwback.
I know, right? I love that show. You have not reached the 5th floor. It is a long climb.
Well, then I continue to climb as fast as I just follow the party until we have some targets. Guys, can I give a piggyback?
Can we get an elevator, a lift of some sort, something with an opposing pulley system that
Can't you cast
away from
fly?
this, lift something
Can't
up
you
on this
cast
side?
Spider?
I don't have any spell slots left.
Yeah, maybe we should have taken a fucking
Actually,
rest.
you did get
or
a short
something.
Lucky. Lucky.
Did we?
He
Oh,
did.
he did.
I didn't think of that at the time. But in retrospect, that's a really good idea. But it's too late now. Let's go. I just keep running.
All right. So using both of your action, and your movement, you are able to clear up to the 2nd floor. All right. So we're going to say, for the purposes of this, as the party is now trying to get up there, you guys have no idea that the ship has started moving away. Takes you all, with the exception of Gillett, who is just gone. It takes you a minute or so to get to the actual 5th floor. Just under a minute. By this time, the ship has turned and it's starting to sail away. You guys are looking out. It's currently about 100 feet from you. Turned. Its back end is to the tower, and it looks like it's about to head out towards the sea. You're all looking out the opening that was torn in this 5th floor. All of the artifacts and things that you saw cataloged and with the white tags, some of them are still there. They're on the ground, broken or strewn about, but there's a lot of them that are no longer there in the building whatsoever.
Fantastic.
This
Gillet.
is awful.
We're
As
good
you
at
would have been the
this.
first one to reach the top or reach the 5th floor, give me a perception check, please.
My God, Gillet is dopey.
This is the look of the DM with disappointment. All right, everybody else reaches the 5th floor. Please give me perception check. Okay.
I swear, I don't think Gillet has gotten a double-digit perception roll once.
Ever.
It's just he's too zen to really care
Oh, yeah.
things like
You
what's
do.
going on. Yes.
The dust is settling here on the 5th floor. The whole Acadium is in ruins. You look, though, and underneath a piece of the fallen rubble, a table was collapsed down, broken as the rubble fell from the floor above it. Pinned underneath is a gnome. He has trim white hair. Actually, let me make sure I give you the appropriate description. Oh, my book is stuck. There it is. Yep. With the exception of the dirt, the dust that's on him, looks as though he were very well kept for having the very plain robes of the Acadium, but his hair is well trimmed and kept nicely. You see a little bit of blood at the corner of his mouth. His eyes are starting to go glassy as they kind of search wildly. They land on you as you're looking over. His voice is almost a whisper. He looks to you. He says, "They've made off with most of the items. I was able to keep this safe." And he takes an orb. It's probably about 3 feet. Or excuse me, not 3 feet. 3 inches.
3 feet. God damn.
Whoa!
How big are his hands?
It's about, I'd say about 7. It's about like a bocce ball. Like, it's about, that big around. About like that. It has all sorts of markings and striations and dots in it, and it seems like it's some kind of weird object with lines and things all up.
Does not look like it has an eye in it.
No.
Okay.
No eye. He hands it to you and he says, "This should map the way to the old places. Keep it safe. Perhaps." As he coughs, little flecks of blood.
Kill it.
The right.
Lift the stone.
Hey, Gillet, could you help me, please? And I'm gonna
Certainly.
shove.
Right,
And
yeah.
Annalise, you recognize this as one of the learned brothers that you met before.
I'm gonna shove the orb in my bag.
This
and
is
then I'm
Master
gonna go
Pent.
Move to lift this off of him.
Okay, yeah. You lift it up. There's a bit of a strain, but you're able to move it enough to where you could slide him out from underneath of it.
He's getting it
Okay.
15.
Okay. You pour your healing into him. You're sure that it did something. You're not sure how much of an effect it had.
She's gonna at least pull him out so we don't have to keep holding the rock up.
Yeah.
And if
so,
he is gonna die, he'll at least be comfortable.
Right. You lift the stone, they slide him out, keep him, bundling up something to put underneath his head. He kind of smiles as you let go of the stone. It falls back into place. He kind of smiles at you and he says, "Find learned brother Malice. Perhaps Master Badalor. Find them. They might be able to help you. They were on the 6th floor when the attack happened. I pray they're okay." Oh. And he kind of closes his eyes for a moment and kind of goes quiet. He's still breathing, but it is ragged, shallow breaths.
I'm going to use Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Give me a medicine check before.
Okay.
It's divine magic, and it can bring people back to life from the brink of death. It can rescue them from the fate that maybe it's not their time. You're not sure, though, that the shock having them, this insurgency of divine energy, his old body would withstand. It looks like it's a situation where...
Okay.
Because sometimes it's just the NPC.
No! Okay.
Damn it, the one time the party tries to actually do something good instead of
I know,
murdering
like, sorry,
everybody.
he's just supposed to fucking die.
It's like this. As you reach forward, your hand starting to glow with the divine energy of the Cure Wounds, inciting the prose or the lyric that would initiate this. He reaches out and touches your hand and kind of curls his little gnome hand, curling your fingers, and he says, there, child. It's all right. Sometimes we find a better adventure. Thank you. Please keep that safe, and if you can, find Master Badalor. Good luck.
I will, I promise.
And he kind of smiles for the last second. And he whispers two more words, or just a few more words. He says, here we go. And then he just kind of falls quiet.
Oh, okay. I'm not crying or anything. Like, fuck you, man. Okay.
I'm gonna go wait.
His eyes and
guys, there's something I can do. I'm gonna go over to his body. I'm gonna start reaching through his pockets.
Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna fucking slap the shit out of you.
Why would we expect anything else?
Arnav is gonna just slowly pluck you away.
Wait, he's messed up!
No.
Good.
The body is still warm.
He's not using it anymore!
Okay, we have better things to do right now than rob a dead gnome.
It's not robbery, he's dead.
If they were on the 6th floor, they might be
We
stuck
should
underneath
check.
this rubble. We need to start looking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you all book it up to the 6th floor. Ash, since you are on the deck of the ship still, it is speeding away quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the big blue hostage. No, actually, I'm gonna try and grab the damn thing again and just wreak havoc across this deck.
All right.
I
Go ahead and
know.
roll claws. Go ahead and roll claw twice.
All right, you got it. Not quite.
No, try one more time.
And then
There we go.
Grab it now.
solid.
Now it's going to be athletics, your athletics or strength if you don't have athletics trained, versus his either athletics or acrobatics, whichever I choose, and I already know which one I choose.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll athletics, please.
I do not have athletics as a
All right, it's
particular
okay if you
skill.
click on it. If you click on it, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11 on the die plus 5 for his strength. So he has actually got a 16. You successfully latch onto him, and as you go to pull him from the deck and throw him, he actually drops his center of his mass just down, and you're unable to hurl him off of the boat.
Well,
you watch, though, as he comes back up and swings once. That's gonna miss. A 12. And that's a 10 plus 6 is 16.
well, that probably connects, but I've still got a hold of him.
No, actually, you don't. Whenever you grabbed, yeah, he slipped from your grip. 16. That's going to be 8 plus. That's going to be 13 points of damage as he just hits you with one of his fists.
I got some blood on the beak, but I ain't giving up. But boy, I bet that deck is I'm betting there's nobody else on that deck.
Actually, there are
Oh,
all of them.
okay.
They are now brandishing ropes and lassos, pull hooks, and harpoons. They
This
have
is terrible.
bad intentions. You have your
It's time
movement.
for you to go.
You know if you stay in this situation, they are going to try to bind you.
Sexy as that is. Damn.
That means they're going to bind your wings, and you don't like that.
Yeah, that's just not cool.
Not cool. All right. Are you going to take off? Or are you going to stay there?
Nah, I still want to take the captain with me, but no, but I just want to at least dump this damn machine.
You're going to have to stay on the deck to try to do that. And it has so far slipped your grasp twice.
All right, well, it's just time to tip on off the ship. I'd like to do it onto one of the wings.
All right. So you like to jump onto one of the wings?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll say for this, go ahead and... Ooh, that's a 19 on the die. As you're bounding towards the edge of the ship, you feel a rope slip around your back feet. Go ahead and give me either an athletics or an acrobatics check to try to slip the you beat me by 3. So you slip the rope as he's trying to tighten it up. You kind of kick with your back leg and slip out of the rope and bound off to the wing. Are you going to try to tear it? Is that what your goal is?
Oh, I'm going
All
to
right.
mess with this wing. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
Claws?
Mhm.
I'm slipping, apparently.
Go ahead and give me the second one.
Okay. That would have been nice.
You rake your claws across it, and as you do, you hear this, and you watch as this purple energy that kind of seems to hold it together, this arcane energy just kind of like sparks and wobbles underneath the tear of your claws. It looks like you're not going to be able to tear this. It's designed to not be torn or ripped or resist a lot of damage. Sorry.
Grr. All I'm thinking of now is it got a rudder?
It does. It's made out of the same material.
Ah. Okay, it's got wings. You can
So-
get speed.
It's the wings are 2 large wooden poles.
Mm-hmm,
And this gossamer cloth is stretched between them.
Right on.
They're not straight in and out. You can see that they're on kind of like a pivot joint, so they can kind of come up or down or out. And then you see the back of it looks like, the rudder itself is that same gossamer material, but this time it has 2 holes that can close like a jaw. That.
Hmm.
And the gossamer spreads out between them.
Got it. I could totally Indiana Jones this and just hang on to it, but
Just claw onto the bottom of the kid.
yeah, really, pull a Millennium Falcon on it. No, I'm not done screwing with this ship yet.
Okay, what are you doing then?
I'll drop back off the wing under the ship, scraping along the bottom of the ship to get my footing.
Are you going to like hang upside down on the bottom of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, this is high adventure, man. This is Griffin action.
Okay, give me a strength check, please.
You got it. Strength check.
Yeah. As it moves, you peel off of the wing, roll one wing, and roll your body up underneath before you get like buffeted by the wake that it's leaving. You drag your claws across the bottom of it, kind of stick your talons into the bottom, so you're holding on. But man, is this your muscles are screaming already in just that position.
And I'm going to try and use the feet to alter the direction of the rudder. Hanging on with the hands, pushing with the feet.
I mean, it's a big thing.
Large size Griffin.
All right, well, that's a good point. All right, so you slide back and go ahead and give me another strength check to see if you can move this thing. With a mighty kick, you almost lose your perch with your front talons. You watch as the rudder goes. The ship lurches hard to one side. There's a shouts of the men up above, and then you watch as ropes. Now, as they have ropes, you see some of them swing underneath the rope carrying them under, and you actually see the captain, his hand wrapped around one of the ropes, coming with the saber out. He says, "What do you think we're new in the air?" And he swings towards you. That is going to be a 15. It's going to be 15 on the die. Thought I had this book out, but it didn't. That's funny. As we read it from the learned book. I'd like for everyone to follow along in Psalms 14. Right, that's 21 to hit you.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, he's gonna clang onto the wing shields, but I do have a 17 armor class, so
you don't.
Yep.
Have your wing shields back. You hadn't gotten your wing shields back. Remember, you turned them in to get them repaired. I don't think you'd ever reclaim them.
I thought I had them back. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Anybody remember if I got them back?
I couldn't tell you. I remember you hearing that they had been finished.
The time that it was going to take to finish them, take for them to get the text translated, which was 2 days. This would have been the second day.
Well, so, there it is then. He connects.
Well, he rolled a total of 21 anyway. So even with the wing shields, yeah. He would still hit.
Yeah.
All right, you are going to take a paltry 7 points of damage.
Ooh, that's still 7 points of damage.
He brings the cutlass around and slides it across your side. He says, "It shouldn't be this way, old boy." And he finishes the swing, coming back the other direction. He's going to try to take another swing at you.
I do get a bite.
That's going to be a 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. And that's going to be a total of 12 points of damage. Discretion, valor, all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can see now about 5 of them are doing this whole aerial Cirque du Soleil thing with the ropes tied around and brandishing weapons. It looks like as though they've done this sort of work before. They are not new to the whole fighting on an airship thing.
Right.
Will it take them longer to get back on top of the deck?
Looking like a bunch of Errol Flynns, but better dressed.
Well,
what for?
As it turns out, he can brag all he wants about not being new to fighting in the air, but he doesn't know.
You're a griffin?
That
Jesus, that explains so much.
That I possess restorative touch that I can use on myself.
Yes, you do.
A pool of healing equals to 5 times your Skywarden level.
Which right now would be 30 points. A second. Awesome. You have 30 restorative points you can pump into yourself.
And so he's going to hear Ash respond to him. Doesn't matter how experienced you are. It only matters how you end. And he just immolates into fire at that point. He heals himself.
All right, so just...
Yeah, and the blood that's coming off of him flicks into flame that comes off. And
nice. Yeah, the speed that the ship is moving at, you can see the flames are actually like billowing off of you. As you heal up, there's a moment where he gives you a nod of recognition. I say, well done.
And I'm still pushing the rudder.
All
so
right. All right.
He hasn't lost his footing yet.
There is some resistance as now the Goliath has the wheel and turning it against your feet. All right. Party,
army of
you
one.
made it to the 6th floor.
Boy, the Skywarden's getting a show.
Yeah, well, it's moving faster than even the fastest of them can go because it is just...
Yeah.
All right.
But hopefully it's also looping back around towards them.
Now it's doing this. like a big AC-130. All right.
Good old herky birds.
Party. You've made it to the 6th floor.
Nice.
There's scorch marks where the stone and everything has been seared off, sheared off. Excuse me. You watch as there aren't a whole lot of people. The desks that had all of the books and the different reading material, the ancient texts that were being translated, some of them hang precariously off of the edge. Some of them are landed down below on the ground. There are some that are untouched. You see 2 elves that are science. You see the 2 elves, the twins, Ora and Ola, are bustling around gathering like books. They've each got their arms loaded with books. You see the elderly man, the elderly human who was identifying as Learned Brother Malus, he's not really fussing at them, but like, we need to go. Put those down. Let's go. Come, ladies. The books will be fine. Come along. And they're both just not really. It's that shock to the system where they're not really sure what they're doing, but they're doing the only thing that they know how to do, which is just gather this material. You can see that they're just staring off, and yeah, this one's important, and this one is important as well, sister. These people be shook. All right, so
I'm running over and helping them with the stuff they're carrying.
All
I almost
right.
want to ask, when you say help, are you mean like genuinely help or like helping yourself?
I am genuinely helping. For now.
And I'm
For now.
there
You-
making sure
you know
that
what?
Lucky is.
You know what? You were doing real great.
And
Right up
then you
until
just
the
had
end.
to-
For now.
Keeping an eye on Lucky.
This is
Hello,
the guy
Joel.
that
If you're
was
just joining us, this is the shit I put up with.
right. This
And I
isn't
wouldn't
even the
have-
worst of it,
Yeah,
okay?
this really isn't.
Speaking of, you know, we're about halfway through the show. I think we
Ooh.
should give something away. What do you guys say?
I say yay.
All right,
Give
so
away
with that
Lucky.
being said, Lucky, reach in your pack and give something out. No, we're gonna do the art or the game. Let's do the art. Let's do the art giveaway.
Okay.
So we currently have 8 viewers. We are going to go ahead and have you in the chat. Let's see, what word do we want to have in chat? Who's doing? Are you running the bot, Maddie? No. Let's see if Crafty's around. Oh, Crafty.
Boy.
Love it. Gave me the salute. Can we make Iron Man our giveaway word? All one word, Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Our giveaway word is Iron Man. So if you are watching, write Iron Man in the chat. Please write it only once. And then that way you are entered in. We will do the drawing here in just a few moments. So if you want a chance to win a piece of artwork from one of our 4 awesome artists, write Iron Man in the chat right now. Go ahead and do so. In the meantime, Lucky. So you guys, we'll let Yen get back here, but Crispy Griff. You are you so you're helping them with their books? They are, oh yes, and she starts stacking them in your arms. The titles along the spines of them, some of them are treatises and things like that for ancient history. It's all stuff that you're like, don't care.
Can I tell that they're in shock?
Give me insight. Actually, I'd like for you to give me an insight check. You haven't met these individuals. You're not really sure what normal behavior is. So you're not really sure.
But Gillett and I are.
Gillett, you would be. So if you would like to.
Learned
You may.
sisters. Learned sisters, I understand how important these books are to you. However, we need to go. This building is not safe. And there is more information stored in between the two of you and those brilliant minds of yours than there is in those books. And we need to preserve that information and not the written one, because you can recreate the written one. But we need to go, please, before whoever attacked the Acadium comes back.
Give me a persuasion check. She looks at you, her eyes far away from wherever it is that you actually are. She says, but the books are the most important thing we have. Come, sister, we must gather more. Yes, sister, let's gather more. And they both kind of start to wander around.
How big are these women?
They're elves, and they are Not very big at all.
Okay.
I would say
Gillet?
maybe $1.05.
Okay. Gillet, if you wouldn't mind, kindly hoist Learned Sister Aura. I'm going to take Learned Sister Ola. We need to leave. Yeah, we're just throwing them over our shoulder and walking out.
As you do this, you see from behind you molluscos. That's a bit unorthodox. Put them down. You might hurt them. Please. They're just in shock. They just need a moment.
In my tribe, this is how we propose marriage. Leave us alone. It's love.
No, Brother Malice, you also need to leave. We are just assisting you in getting them safely out of the building. We promise we will not hurt them. You have met us before. We are of a amiable sort. We're just here to help, and however, they're a little bit more concerned with their books than their lives, and that will not do. So if you would like, either you head on down the stairs on your own, or my lovely friend over here, Arneth, is going to pick you up and do the same for you.
I just picture Arneth going,
Huh?
huh?
Doing what?
I'm gonna do what now? All right, so no need to hoist me. I'm going with you. And he starts to move with surprisingly spry for being in his 70s. He quickly gets to the stairs and starts to make his way down. And the sisters, with protestation, don't resist too much as you make your way down the stairs with them. As you're going, he looks back and says, we've not heard from Grand Master Solent. We last saw he was on the 8th floor. I'm not sure if he's all right. The stairs for that floor were unfortunately in the rubble.
We will go back and look for him.
Master Rithro was also with him. I'm sure the rest have made their way down, but I don't know. The stairs to the upper floors were sheared off. You can see now that a lot of the Acadian personnel that you had met before or seen on your way up has started being escorted out, including the bodies which have been draped and covered. They're being taken out now that the imminent danger of the ship and whatever was attacking has passed.
Did Lucky and I hear about the 8th?
About the 8th floor? Yeah.
We should probably attempt.
Welcome back. You missed so much. You're dead now.
You're dead, yeah.
Jack doesn't even have her headphones in, so she did not hear you.
Well, welcome back. You've missed so much. You're dead now.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Did you give me good last words at least?
Oh, bitches.
Bitches.
Oh, my face.
What you actually missed was Gillet and I picking up very slim the two learned sisters off of their
Making
feet.
off with elves.
Ah, that seems like that might as well happen. Okay.
And scaring an old man into walking quickly.
Okay. Is he still walking with us?
Yeah.
He's the one. He mentioned that. Pardon?
No, I was saying he's fine. He's just.
I am going to take that orb out of my bag and ask him if he knows anything about it as we walk.
Yeah.
And are we going back upstairs, Arneth?
I'm not walking with him.
Where are you
I
at?
can head up.
You said they handed me a bunch of stuff, right?
Just books.
Just books.
The treatises on the formation of the kingdom of Avastray.
I'll go upstairs.
Portents and history from the area of Silverhaven. Pre-chasm, post-chasm, the Chasm Area Wars, the Demon Wars, the fall of the rise of the Spider Mountain.
I stopped reading a while ago, and I put them down and go follow our necessitors.
It's wonderful history. I wanted to take a lot of time to read. All right, so you guys are making your way up. Is that correct? Okay, so you guys are heading upstairs. The rest of you are heading downstairs. Those who are heading down, you make your way out of the building. Some of the guards are there, and they help with the two sisters and Brother Malus. You were showing Brother Malus the orb that you had, correct? The ball, the sphere?
Yes.
Showing him your balls.
Mm-hmm. Just one of them, though.
The sparkly one.
The sparkly one.
Keep him in suspense.
Oh, come on! You already have him.
All right,
Only halfway through.
All right, so. Hey, all right. the only person that entered winner. Congratulations.
All right. Woo.
Never saw that one coming.
What a lucky win.
We'll get that. Rickety Cat, if you haven't joined our Discord, please go ahead and do so. Also, you can take a look at the art styles. Our different artists are posted there on the Twitch. Take a moment to figure out which artist you'd like to have draw the art for you. Two of the players here are with us, and we will go over the details. It's going to be kind of like what we did with our giveaway, which is going to be just a sketch. Just a simple line sketch, but think about what you want, and we will go over that. All right. In the meantime, let's go ahead and go back. So he takes a look at the globe, and he says it's a form of an astrolabe. Okay, so out of character, does anybody know what an astrolabe is?
Not spherical.
What?
Other than Larry, do you know what an astrolabe is?
Totally, but I want to hear you say it.
Yeah.
I'm calling bullshit, and I don't even need to roll an insight check on that one. It's a device used for astronomical measurements, like mapping out stuff, specifically in regards to like
Angles.
No,
Sort
on a
of.
ship. It's well, yeah, angles. No. I thought you said, for the love of God, I thought you said ankles. That's why I was like, no. But no, you're right. Angles, positions, and things like that. It can be used to guide a ship. Or
If it's for ankles, it'd be called a Braddock device, right? A Brannock device, yeah.
Brannock, yes. Captain
Yeah,
Brannock.
exactly. You can measure shoe sizes of
But
each
basically-
creature on the primal plane.
using an astrolabe, and normally in real life they are a flat circular device, but you can use them to measure celestial bodies and get positions latitudinally and longitudinally to help you guide a ship or sail or something like that. So it's an astrolabe, but it's a one like you've never seen, because like I said, most of them are about yay big and they're flat and they've got, turning pieces on them and things like that. So hey, I feel like I've just educated 5 people today. I feel good about
I'm
this.
sorry, I
Good.
wasn't listening.
I wasn't
You
either.
tuned me out when I said
A little bit. That sounds like something my character knows nothing about.
Cheese, like I tuned you the fuck out. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't interest me at all.
Does it give me unlimited power? No. Okay. Drops it.
What do I want that for? Piece of shit.
He asks you though after you show it to him. He says, "Where did you get that from? The last person who had it was
Master Pent.
And
He told us to keep it safe.
he kind of drops his head for a moment. And there's kind of
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It happens. I'm sure that my own next adventure will begin sometime soon. I'm not young anymore. Anyways, old man. He gave it to you, did he? I'm said to protect it and keep it safe.
He managed to
sorry
keep
to
it from the thieves.
He knew more about it than I knew. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be much help beyond what I know of it. He seemed to believe it pointed to some location far away, but I don't have much information.
He mentioned the old places.
Yes. He seemed to believe that it was supposed to lead to an ancient island or a long-forgotten place far away from here, across the ocean. Much as an astrolabe would do, it allows you to direct a ship somewhere. However, the method for reading that particular form is long lost. Sorry to say, I'm not going to be much help in regards to reading it. It's outside of my purview.
I see.
Where might we find Master Battler?
He would have...
What floor would he have been on?
He points up, he says, he and Master Rithro were with Grandmaster Solent.
Okay.
So they would all be on the upper floors.
We will find them. Make sure that everybody who is coming out of here is safe and unharmed.
No, of course, absolutely.
We'll be back.
And you see him immediately start to helping the two sisters leave the area, and he's starting to tend to people. All right. Ash.
Back up.
Back up.
Ash,
Yes.
what are you doing? You're still on the ship. You still have Captain Fancy Pants swinging around.
Meanwhile, on the flaming underside of the airship.
In the flaming ship.
Uh-huh. And I'm just like, come at me now. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to withhold I'm going to withhold the beak attack until he makes a swipe at me. I want him close.
You're gonna try to close the gap with him, you said?
No, I'm going to hold the beak attack on until he comes in for his.
Back by you again?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think anything's going to catch fire from Ash right now because no, it's an airship and it was just in the water. So
and it's booking fast, so like
yeah,
they won't catch. All right, yeah, he's going to swing by again. It's an 18 on the die.
That's got me.
Yeah.
But now,
yeah, you get 5 more points of damage.
Ouch. Okay. And
that will hit.
And I'm going to hold on if I can. Strength check.
Yes. Are you holding on to him?
Yep.
Okay,
17.
so you're using his acrobatics, and he is actually going to... Dick move! He's going to use one of his abilities to re-roll. Still fails, so you snatch onto him. God! Let go of me, you feather-brained beast! You have a hold of him now.
If
Okay.
you insist.
So he's got his other arm with the rope wrapped around it, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a firm hold of him, you say?
You're just going to let go, aren't you?
Not of him.
I know. Of the ship.
He's going to leave an arm on a rope.
Oh my god.
You letting go of the ship?
Making sure I get a firm hold on him before I do.
Yeah. No, you have a firm hold around his waist. Okay, you let go of the ship. You swing for a second. He screams in pain, and then you watch as he takes his second attack, and instead of swinging at you, severs the rope. And you both plummet.
What a power move.
Honestly.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore of him, gotta admit.
Whose balls are the biggest here?
But now, plummeting!
At a pretty good pace. Terminal velocity, at least. All right. The rest of you. So Arneth and Lucky started climbing the building before everybody else. So let's go to Arneth and Lucky. Get to the top of the tower.
All right.
Or as far up as you can go.
All right.
As you crest the 6th floor, you come to the landing, and you can see the 6th floor is cut pretty well. The stairs, well, there aren't any. They would have been on the opposite wall, and they are now on the ground.
Fuck.
How
However,
high up is the second?
the next floor is going to be 20 feet above you.
Continue with what you were saying.
Because of the way that it was cut, the floor that you're on is actually like, you can see the floor above you. So if you had a grappling hook or something else that you could use, you could try to find perch up there. Or you can at least call up to see if somebody's up there that can see you.
Tie a rope around Lucky, throw him up there.
You got a
Lucky
grappling
fit
hook
on
right
the
now?
bow.
This is like, hold on real tight.
Tossing his ass like a lawn dart.
Could I use Misty Step? So I have one more second level spell slot.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to say you can probably, what you'll end up doing is probably putting yourself just above the floor so you fall down to it. But yeah, I can let you do that.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
That was awesome.
Lucky you watch as Arneth takes a step forward and just disappears, and there's like just this mist that kind of falls, and then you see Arneth appear up above you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kind of looks down at you.
Yay.
Well, it looks like you got this handled.
No.
On the go.
No. Wait,
Hey,
right
give me a
there.
Give me a rope.
I think
Explore
I do
rope.
have a rope. I have an explorer's pack, so I have a rope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think pretty much all of the packs, with the exception of like, I think the priest pack and the burglar's pack. No, the burglar's pack has.
And the
Entertainer's
rope
Scholar
pack.
I hope so.
What's that?
Entertainer's pack.
Entertainers.
Mm.
Entertainers pack. That's the one.
Like 20 feet of rope.
I feel like you would have one in the
That's
It depends on how much the party's under Shibar. All right. So
My entertainer's pack.
Is that your nickname for?
the harness,
Yeah.
a bull ring.
And a whoopee cushion for some reason.
Hey, you know
And a
what?
feather and a spatula.
It'll come in handy.
Yeah.
You'll see.
You'll see. You'll all see.
Yeah.
It's how we torture people for information.
Mhm.
Just blow the whoopee cushion in their face.
Constantly. For hours on end.
It's worse than waterboarding.
Make it stop.
All right. I am.
Up.
Is there
You
anything?
toss your rope down.
Is there anything to secure the rope?
Just give me a perception check.
Those glistening muscles.
I mean,
one of the
Did
one
it
of
work?
the-
worth, that
How
has, we've already done
secure.
that.
Oh my god.
one of
Ryan,
the pillars that was
please.
holding up the support for the other half of the roof is still there. You can tie it around it.
It won't be sturdy enough, Arneth. Just hold it.
Tie me to
Building's
your
falling
packs.
apart.
wrap it around your arm. Just
Why?
pull it up there.
I mean, that's what we did last time when we were trying
It'll
to.
work. Yeah.
Uh,
For the
what is it?
door.
Scream 2, or when he holds down the weak hand. Take my strong hand.
Oh.
Take the strong hand.
I hate that.
I'm going
Scary movie 2. That's what it is.
Yeah, I was like, Scream 2. I don't think he was in them.
So
What was he?
lucky. I'm not gonna chance it. Gonna tie it to this thing.
So you secure the rope to the pillar and throw the rest of it down there. It's just enough that you can kind of hop up to grab it and then haul yourself up. I'm not even going to make you make an athletics check. So you haul him up. You are now on the 7th floor. Looking around, this floor is full of, well, what's left of it was full of musical instruments of all different sorts, manners.
Oh.
Oh, rip.
Oh, Yenfear's gonna cry when he
I,
gets up
I
there.
shed a tear.
Some
One
that you've
lone-
seen, some that you've never
Press,
seen.
press F to pay respects.
One lone dulcimer, just broken, the strings done up. Arneth.
So
All right,
sad.
so musical instruments, notes, all sorts of pages of music, books, large tomes full of different songs and everything else like that are fill the many different shelves that remain in this room. Sitting heavily in an overstuffed chair, you see a Kemat. His arms resting high on the armrests of the chair. He's breathing slowly. He looks up at you with like icy blue eyes. His black fur from the tip of his ears all the way down the tip of his tail. Short black fur.
I want to take him home.
He's gonna be my kitty. Is he unconscious?
No, he looks up at you with his blue eyes, and he kind of gives you a second. You have made it up here.
Of course.
I have not seen learned brother Bundar, sister Hippa, or sister Aleta. Have you seen them? They were, and he kind of hangs his head for a moment, and he motions behind you where there's now empty air. They were over there.
They're down. They're down the tower.
You have seen them.
Yes.
Deception check.
Yes.
He stands up and he walks over to you, and he smiles. His feline features spreading open. He says, "That is good. I feared the worst."
I'm just standing there looking confused because I don't remember.
I'm gonna do something to you that you can use to get down the tower. Otherwise, we're gonna have to carry you, and I honestly just don't want to do that. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. I put my hands up. I touch him, and I turn him into a gaseous cloud.
He's
Warn
now
him.
loud. If a cloud could ever have a concerned, worried face, this cloud would have.
You can take any form you like, so you could like make a face, I guess.
Question marks. Just
Yeah.
a series of 3 question marks.
Yeah.
Ellipses. It's just.
Did we get his name? I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something else.
How freaked
You had-
out am I? How freaked out?
I don't know, Arnath. How freaked out are
How
you?
freaked out are you?
Is it really that unusual for me doing something spontaneous that you didn't know I could do?
I'm very freaked out then. It's like,
All
what
right.
the hecky?
Do you want to be one too?
I'm
or-
going to unfold the scene for you, Arneth.
Okay.
Black cat, blue eyes, is looking for friends. Lucky says, "Yes, I've seen them. You never saw them. They're down there. I'm going to do something that is going to make it so you keep down. Poof, you're now cloud."
Go. I'm gonna say to the clouding, be like, go to the guards. They've started gathering all the survivors together.
Are you going to tell him how to get out of cloud form?
I'm deeply concerned.
In order to get out of cloud form, you just have to
Concentrate.
I just have to drop concentration, don't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
So tell him you'll give him 5 minutes to get down to the base of the tower, or at least.
I'll give him more than 5 minutes. I'll give
It has
him
a flying speed of 10 feet.
Yeah, he's gotta like.
It's a Scooty Puff Jr.
Can I just like grab the bottom of my cloak and like start fanning him?
It's not gonna help. You're gonna just disperse
You
him.
get
It's not
really
gonna get
concerned as it starts to look like it's dissipating.
Oh,
You're killing him!
Stop helping!
I'm so sorry.
You think you can do these things, Arnett, but you can't.
Oh, so sad.
I'm gonna look around the room. Is there any surviving instruments?
Oh yeah, there's lots of surviving instruments.
I'll grab a few.
What do you want to try to see if there is in grab?
He
I don't
always
know.
needs to steal. Just go ahead and append to steal.
Whatever
on anything he
looks the
says.
most valuable. Is there like any like ones that are like fancy like gold sequences on them?
Do I see
The
this?
golden triangle.
Well, he doesn't seem like he's stealthy, so.
Can you?
It's
not-
artifacts. You're saving it.
Would you-
It's preservation. All right, I'm gonna give it back.
Are you lying to me?
Of course, I'm lying to you.
Stop that.
Am I breathing?
Hello?
Do birds fly?
I'll
Give me a
maybe I'll
deception
give
check.
one. Oh no, that was in character that I said that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Stop.
I'll maybe
lying.
give one to Yenfear. Maybe.
What about me?
Do you want one? I thought you already had an instrument.
Two
I
instruments. So
also have several instruments, so I don't know what makes me
I've never
important.
seen you use one.
Like
That is incorrect!
that is
You need to
actually
loot like one.
absolutely.
No, it might
No,
be
that
correct.
is
Like, you played a
absolutely
loot-
incorrect. You've played more than once for this party.
For
Yeah,
me,
you bitch.
at the festival where I stole everyone's things.
And
in,
when we were at the
That's
tavern,
or Vernthal.
when we
Yeah,
were at the
when we-
tavern with the racist tavern keeper,
Yeah.
Yenfear
So there.
played there. And I would assume that Yenfear has played whenever we're sitting there at campfires.
All right,
duh.
all right.
Has
They're
he
not
come
as
home with
good
a
as
piece of
they need
parchment
more
paper?
instruments. That's why
So
I'm-
offended right now. Can't even.
they're really forgettable when they play instruments.
Wow!
Wow.
I set this in
What
character.
an
You
ass.
are deaf.
anyway, I'm going to.
Yes, there are musical instruments there, and
I'm
yes,
going
there
to
are-
leave him.
Pocket.
I'm leaving him, and I'm going up to the 8th floor.
Okay, there is no staircase to the 8th.
Darn it! Well,
I'll only grab like one or two, and then I'll go help Ernest.
Did you happen
Okay.
to leave the rope for us?
yes.
Okay.
I did leave it.
Okay, in the instruments, you see a couple of really nice ones in glass cases that are like shared together, like different sets of pipes, like different, like pan pipes. They have different textures. Some of them are made out of like bone or some sort of bone-like material, and they've got etchings or drawings in them. It looks like there's a lot of them that are just there because of their beauty more than their value. Like they're more historical objects. Like you're looking at a museum, and it says for the cultural section, here's the musical instruments that they would use. However, you do see inside of one of these, you see a. Hold on a second here. You see a mandolin.
Ooh.
It's set aside on its own. It has on it that little tag that you've seen in the earlier parts of cataloging this. It's beautiful. It's got branches done in silver inlaid on the body of it, the rounded bottom of it. The leather around the outside edges of it has the same mark. It looks like lightning or twisted branches that kind of run up the whole entirety of it. It seems to have lightning bursts for the tuning pieces.
Whoa.
Beautiful inlaid silver Celtic knotwork comes around the outside of the. My brain just went blank. Fucking hole in the center of it.
I don't know anything about music.
Anyways, the bridge is a beautiful piece of dark wood. The whole thing looks as though it's not only a functional instrument, but just a beautiful.
So I'm gonna
Amazingly,
take
they
off
focus
my
down
my cloak that I wear all the time.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna wrap that around it and put that in my bag.
All right, well, you have to open up the glass case.
Oh shoot!
And don't see a latch.
You're gonna have to break that motherfucker open.
I like take like 5 paces back, pick up a piece of rubble and just huck it.
All right, as you do so, you heft it up. How far back are you getting?
Actually, hold on a second. We leveled up, so I'm level 7 now.
Nice try.
No,
6.
6?
All right. Sorry, I just have to check something.
Quit that. What's my? Get the hell out of Dodge. Skill check.
Sorry, I didn't have my PHP up. I may do something. Sorry, it's in my bag.
It's okay.
How dare you do things?
Oh my god. Just the look on his face as he's trying to flip through this is fantastic.
Back.
Is that so?
I'm gonna go up and on the glass, I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic before I do that.
Okay, you walk up and cast Dispel Magic. Give me a roll. Give me a D20 plus your spellcasting modifier. This, I'll love you.
Oh, that's not how that works at all.
No, D20 plus your modifier. That's not even close to what I
You're doing great, sweetie.
am. Doing great.
Wait, do you cast with charisma?
Yeah.
That's a
Warlock,
D20
so
plus
it's-
his. That's his D. That's a
technically,
D20 plus
yeah,
his
you're right.
spellcasting modifier.
Yeah. Do I have my proficiency?
No, just D20.
Well, fuck.
Okay, you cast Dispel Magic.
I take a few steps back and huck a rock at it. Hacha!
How far back are you moving?
I'll move like 15 feet. As far back as I can, actually. I have a
You're
feeling
standing at
that,
the edge of the floor before it falls away beneath you.
yeah, I'm like,
Pick up a sizable piece of rock. Just give me a roll plus dex plus proficiency too.
all right.
Lucky, what are
Like
you
make a
doing?
ranged attack roll.
Oh, I didn't add my proficiency to that. Just plus 3, so 13.
13? Okay. He shatters the glass.
I'm saving the most valuable thing in the room. And I go and
You
grab it.
mean stealing?
No, I'm saving it. It's valuable. It's got the tag on it.
You're stealing it!
Okay. Arneth,
Oh,
this artifact is powerful beyond any of our understanding.
Then we need to leave it here.
We can't allow it to fall into the wrong hands. We need to be the ones to keep it safe.
You're the wrong man.
I won't even. I don't even know how to play instruments. I won't use it. And I pick up the mandolin.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
going
looking for the
over.
tag that's
And
on
I
it?
take off my
Hand it.
coat. No.
Hand it.
I'll keep it safe. You're gonna break it. It's
Are you
very.
gonna-
Really?
Yeah. Have I ever broken anything?
You've broken rules.
This is
you've
not a
broken
roll.
my trust.
This is an instrument.
Breaking my heart.
I love valuable things, so you know that I'll keep it safe. And I wrap it in my cloak. And
Are you going to look at the tag that's on it?
Oh, not at all. I don't care how much it's worth.
It's not a tag that shows its worth, you jackass. This isn't,
Oh.
this isn't Sotheby's.
He doesn't give a shit about that.
I'm not too concerned with what it is. I'll look at the tag. Yeah, I'll take a quick glance.
Okay, cool. Because it tells you what it is.
Oh, well then I don't care.
Can I look at the tag?
I'm looking at the tag.
All right. Hold on. Let me turn back over to.
Yes.
Right there. What's that coming out of its nose? Spaceballs. Shit. Here goes the neighborhood.
Rude, cursed mandolin.
It says Kanaith Mandolin.
Knew it.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, I play bards exclusively. I wrap it up and put it in my bag.
I know you have that. I will
Listen,
remember that.
Arneth, you can't tell anyone. This thing is too powerful. If it falls into the wrong hands, the destruction that it would cause is untold.
As soon as we go downstairs, you're handing it over.
I don't know if I can do that. For the safety of mankind.
Why do I feel like I'm watching a bad reenactment? Why do I feel like I'm watching a really bad reenactment of a Star Wars scene?
For the safety of mankind itself. I must be the one to protect it.
Lucky.
In my eyes, the Jedi are evil.
There's one of the instrument that catches your eye. It's in the cultural instruments. It's a set of pipes. There are two skull effigies on each side. It's just two pipes that come out, made out of bone or what looks like bone, painted with dark images on them.
Metal.
Lucky. I know I
Listen,
look dumb.
the people need to be saved. You gotta go save them. I gotta save the artifact. You gotta save the people. That's how this works.
Have we caught up to them by this point?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're up on the 7th.
I will throw you off this tower.
And so I've taken off my cloak, wrapped up the Kanaith mandolin, put it in my bag. Just to be clear.
You're turning them over as soon as we...
Of course.
Or I will tell Annalise.
You'll tell me what?
As you
He's
watch...
stealing.
He's stealing!
I run over to the pipes!
Why am I the mom of the group?
Because if you're gonna act like a mom, we're gonna treat you like a mom.
Damn.
I'm preserving artifacts! Mom!
Lucky, I'm not old enough to be your mother. Please don't call me your mother.
It was a joke, because you're gonna tattle on me and they're acting like you're our mom.
Yeah.
The bard in you is... You are crying. This place is full of beautiful instruments. Music from all over and all of the walls. Half of it is gone, or slightly under half of it is missing.
This is awful.
The staircase to the 8th floor is also missing because it was on the wall that is now brown.
Of course.
Of course.
All right. Well, okay.
I'll let you guys suss out how you're going to get to the top floor. Ash, you're falling. What are you doing?
Well, I've got him in my beak. I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking. I'm going to continue to fall.
You could also let him go because you have wings.
Good.
And he doesn't.
That's right. And that is the basis of the coming negotiations.
Okay.
He's free to talk as much as he wants as we fall.
Spread your wings, you giant idiot. Listen, I understand what this looks like. That we're stealing a bunch of items from the Grand Kedium, but I promise you, there was a reason behind it. There was something they had that was far too powerful for them to keep. Fortunately, we weren't able to find it.
I'm going to keep falling.
If you If you let us light safely on the ground, I will explain everything to you. Please.
Is he like yelling that as they plummet?
Yeah, but I'm not screaming that out in here. Come on! Quickly spread your wings!
He's going to get a slow shake of the head in response.
Fine. And he is going to try to wrestle free from your grasp.
I've got both claws handy now, so...
All right. Athletics, since you are gripping him in your mouth.
Do I need to roll that?
Yes, you need athletics.
Oh, sorry, that was acrobatics. My
Sure.
bad. Here you go.
Damn it. He tries to wrestle free, and as you do, you kind of motion your beak left and right. He cries out in pain, but he's unable to get free. Fine. Listen, I will explain everything. Before we die, hopefully. Listen, they had an artifact that was in their control. They didn't know what they had. It was dangerous. Yes, I used you to escort the middleman in there, but I promise you, I'm not your enemy, nor am I the bad guy here. Please. Before we die, and I'm able to tell you more, spread your wings, buffet our descent, and I will explain all.
Okay, at that point, I'll be grasping him very firmly, making sure that it's a good grasp with the claws. And then let go with the beak, so I've got him in the claws. And say, in the city, they can raise you from the dead and question you. You are going to have a poor death right now.
He kind of goes, wouldn't be the first time. The first time, my neck was stretched. So
more.
He is going to take this opportunity to stab you. He can't get his hand around it, get the blade in. He's going to try to wrestle free from you one more time. Any check.
Need to do a what check?
An athletics again. Yes, 19 on the die, plus 3 for a 22. As he forces his way out of your grip, weaseling out, right as he starts to fall, he kind of gives you that, tucks his hands into his side, and just aims for the ground.
All right. Time to intercept. Are we doing initiative?
We'll say at this point, you guys were probably about 80 feet from the ground.
Well, it only needs featherfall to make it safe. But,
Well, that or something, right?
yeah, that or something.
He's trying to plummet. Yeah, you know what? Let's do an initiative to see if you're able to intercept before he's able to do what he wants to do.
You got it.
Go ahead and just give me an initiative roll. You don't have to worry about trying. This is great. So you rolled a 15.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 12, but his dexterity is a +4. He beat you by 1. Right as your beak is about to close around him one more time to try to catch him, it closes on mist. You look, it's about 30 feet ahead of you. He reappears, falling still at the same velocity. He takes his finger, holds it up at you, and turns it. And all of a sudden, and he glides the rest of the way to the ground. And just kind of lands
Great.
and starts to run away.
Here we go again. He knows I
You are
won't give
now
up.
over like the you're over the docks ward at this point in time.
All right.
And as soon as he does this, he darts into a building.
Crash.
He just grabs one. He doesn't just one at random and says, and then into the building he goes.
Great. Time to smash through.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking
Did
meteor.
you seriously think Aj would give up at all?
Ash
Ever?
just turns on his back and goes, wee! All right.
So I'm guessing that initiative still counts.
So yeah, are you just gonna smash into the building that he saw?
Yep. I'm just chasing him relentlessly.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll. Basically, just see if you can beat the hardness of the building that you're landing in.
Oh.
You hit slate roof. This one is actually slate. Your claws skitter off of it and talons skittering. You are able to grab the edge of the roof and not fall off, but you are now on top of the roof that he was in, or the building that he went into. Come back to that in a minute.
I'm Batman.
Where's
I damage
Rachel?
roofs.
What do you
I
guys
damage
do
roofs.
to the top part?
Oh, I'm taking those pipes.
Okay. You
That's
now
what to
have
do to
those pipes in
mankind.
your bag. Unless anybody's going to intercede and stop him. Do you have the mandolin still? Did anybody take the mandolin from you?
No, I had the mandolin gone before anyone got up here.
Okay. So
I'm
now-
muted. I don't know. He has it, but
Yeah.
knowing him,
Listen,
Are
we
you
need to
trying
reserve
to
these instruments,
steal-
right?
Are you trying to steal the pipes, or are you?
No,
trying
the
to-
pipes I'm reserved.
do I see the open case that mandolin was in?
No, what you see is a smashed case with a piece of rubble.
Okay. Hmm.
I'm
could've
not
been-
going
Me
These
being
instruments are gonna be
Sherlock,
destroyed.
this doesn't look like
These
purpose.
Alright.
instruments are going to be destroyed if we just
Alright.
leave them here.
Bender snatch cucumber butt.
Yeah. What did you pick up? What are you
We'll
saying?
talk about it later. Let's save these people. Come on. We got to get up to the 8th floor.
Okay.
Something's fishy.
Something's not
How are
right.
you getting to the 8th floor, which is currently bisected?
We don't got much time, guys.
I don't know.
Well, how strong are you feeling today, Yinfia?
Oh no, you're gonna make me do things.
can-
Okay.
How
Uh,
Cast in biggin on somebody.
Big.
I
you
don't
know.
think anybody has it as a spell.
Well, I do have bull strength though.
Whoa.
I am not feeling very strong, so I am going to cast enhance ability on myself.
Don't you have
Give
fly?
myself- No,
Oh, okay. I thought you had fly.
no.
How? Sorry.
I mean,
before,
I have faced up.
Before you do that, Jack. One, do you have the spell slots for it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just double checking. Calm yourself. And two, how high is the next level from us?
Let's say 20 feet.
So we can burn a spell slot, or we can burn a key point and just let Steve jump.
Let's do that.
Actually, Steve doesn't even have to burn a key point. I don't think. I don't know. How high would somebody normally be able to jump? Cap, is it not their...
Can we do a cool thing where I use he steps in and I hoist him up?
Where you just hoist him to the air.
I would love
I've done
to do
that.
Can I
Doesn't
just
work
show
really
off
as
how
well.
strong I
It works.
am?
As long as you yell yeet before you do it.
Yeet! It's empty! Yeet! Okay.
Advantage with yeet.
Well, can't I also face step? Does that not count?
No, it does.
No,
but
you-
if Gillet can jump without us having to expend a spell slot, I
You
don't
can jump.
know what the rules for jumping are.
Okay.
When you make a high jump, you jump into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. That's it.
Okay, so Gillet,
Hey.
3 plus your strength modifier is what?
4.
Not enough to get us up there. Alright, so even
Not
if you
even
double it,
remotely.
you're not gonna get up there.
No
So-
chance.
Have
Spell
you
slot
guys
it is.
thought of stacking furniture?
I mean, there's also like I could try to do a wall jump, but not really guaranteeing that that's going to work very well.
What if
We'll
you?
warn you if you die.
Never mind.
Just it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it.
Oh, look at that, he fell.
Oh, shucks. Oh.
Well, Yenfear, if you wouldn't mind, you have rope, don't you? You can lower it down to us.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. What am I
What are we
doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
So you're going to face step up to the
Yes.
floor, like
Yes.
what Arneth did earlier with Misty Step. You weren't
Yep.
there, but just saying. And then you're going to tie off a rope and toss it down.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
All right. Sweet. I'll do that then.
Okay. And you appear up above. Give me a perception check to see find a place to tie off your rope.
Use your muscles.
Yeah, you can see the pillar that's portion of a pillar that was holding up the roof is still there. You could tie it off just like on the floor below.
Okay. I'll do that. And then toss it over the edge.
All right, and you do so. Everybody can make their way up to the 8th floor.
Before I go up, I'll take a quick look around one more time with this.
Did you take the pipes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have liked to have tried to stop.
Oh. Well.
Well, he's just.
We'll talk
you
about
like-
this after, all right? I'm going to keep them safe. We'll talk about it later, okay?
You weren't even trying to hide the fact that you were taking the pipes. Were you?
No.
He was just walking up going, yoink.
Put it in my bag and went, we'll talk about this later, okay? I'm just
You're
saving a
giving
useful
them
artifact.
back.
Okay, whatever you say. Of course.
Nothing else appears to glow with magic.
Leave and go.
All right. Climbing up to the top, are you still have your Eldritch Sight on?
Yeah. It lasts as long as the normal spell lasts, which is like 10 minutes.
There is a lot of glowy items. in this,
Oh
Are Is Lucky making that exact expression?
Oh no.
What? What?
It's all enchantment.
Enchantment.
Are you okay?
It's just really thin air up here, you know.
What are you talking about?
I'm not used to being this high altitude. I can't breathe properly. Nobody look at me.
I just look at Annalise
The
like,
entire party is looking
okay.
at you very concerned.
does he need...
This
Why are you
room,
asking me? I have no idea.
Can I go over and do like a medicine check on Lucky?
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Hey, this
Don't
is my
do it.
thing.
I'm gonna do it. We're fine.
He's odd, but then again, it's Lucky. So.
I don't know, probably just something he does.
You see that this room is filled, and I mean filled. What's left of the room has armor racks and weapon racks and places to hold necklaces, ring holders made out of wood. You see kind of like the Smithsonian key thing. This is case that slides out of a drawer, opens up, and inside of it you see vestments, clothing. You see leather armors, bracers in here. You see all kinds of not magical, but all kinds of items. I say magical because he has the enchantment that he can see that everything is kind of not everything, but Jesus, man, there's a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna look to everyone and be like, "It's our reward for saving everyone, right, guys?"
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay. Relax. But
Start
then
grabbing stuff and putting it in my bag.
Ventilating.
I'm gonna like lean in real close, be like, "What are you doing?" Wait, just grab something for me, okay? Just
I already
shove
did,
some
don't
stuff
worry.
in your bag. Okay, thank
I
you.
already did grab something for you, Yenfear, don't worry.
Are you taking anything?
He's so sweaty right now. I can't touch him.
But are you
Lucky.
taking anything?
Please.
Yeah, I'll take everything.
No,
Anything
please.
I can.
Please don't make me shackle you
I
again.
need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
First item you grab.
Annalise, honestly, this stuff is going to be destroyed. So, oh shit.
Instant death.
Where is he dead?
No. All of a sudden, every muscle in your body locks up. You're still breathing, of course, but you are unable to move from that position. You are paralyzed completely.
I think we can just leave him here, guys.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, guys, come on.
He's gonna
You know
find
what?
you.
Don't joke about it, but this is just like
I
manslaughter at this
we
point.
can leave him here for now, just so that
Yes.
we can go rescue who's up here, and then we'll come back for him. And
I don't think you will.
I will.
We will.
I'm
Yo,
sorry. I'm sorry. Yenfear, you don't think I'm gonna come back for Lucky? When I ran into a burning building to save people I don't even know?
Well, I mean, those people you don't know also haven't pissed you off a lot, so I mean, really.
We just went through this whole trust thing. And
Okay.
Plus 3 dumpster fire armor.
That's our party name.
we are not naming the party
What's the name
Dumpster
of your
Fire.
party? We are the dumpster fire.
Well, what if something happens and we come back and he's dead?
All right.
And he obviously did something else.
That one was trapped. I'm sure the next one won't be.
He's a kid.
Okay.
He
Those two are
deserves
trapped. I'm sure the third one won't be.
third time's the charm.
Surely the third time is the time.
Look,
that it will not go poorly.
sometimes he just needs to learn from his actions and accept some of the consequences. So for now, can we please go find who we're supposed to be looking for?
And it is at this point that from behind you, you hear a man's voice or a male voice. I couldn't agree more. Your friend has learned an important lesson about touching the things that don't belong to him.
Would you be Master Badalor?
No, I am not. I am Grand Master Solon. And as you turn, you can see his head is shaved, bald. His skin is beautiful, dark, chocolatey colored. His eyes are... The color of them is so light as to almost be silver. And for a split second, you think that maybe he's blind. He's got the white, his eyes are white or milky, but they're not. They're just such a faded silver color as to almost appear to be one color. Not a blemish on him whatsoever. No, actually, it's not Idris. It's, oh, hang on. I'm going to have to think of his name now.
Papa.
Hold on just one second.
Is this my new husband?
That's it, Yenfear, you're
giving-
done! You're done!
Ended with Yenfear.
Yinfir, you ain't chocolatey enough for Arnett.
Lance.
I understand.
It's Lance Reddick. You know who Lance Reddick is?
Okay.
He's the voice of Zavala. He's also John Wick, as the guy who runs the hotel.
Man, you just got like super sweaty.
That guy.
I did. I love Zavala's voice. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Lance
I'm
Reddick.
into it.
He walks over, taking careful steps. This is a man who walks head up, shoulders back. He walks over and he takes two fingers and he puts them on Lucky's shoulder.
No. Just leave him
He
like
says-
that.
He goes to speak and he says, "Oh, really?
Just for now, until we make sure that everybody up here is accounted for. He will
Certainly.
continue to try and take what is not his if you release him. He has
Then he's
a slow learner.
Find himself frozen."
he has a severe case of kleptomania.
Yes. I've met his kind before. I am up here with Master Ruthro and Master Button. What of Master Pence and the learned brothers and sisters?
Master Pent passed away. We were by his side when he moved on to his next adventure. As for the rest of the learned brothers and sisters, it is unsure and uncounted as of yet who has fallen and who has survived.
I apologize. I'm going to retcon that. Master Rithro wasn't. Master Rithro was on the floor below. That's who got turned into a gas cloud.
Yes,
That was
okay. So it's just...
He does have Master Badalore up there. I apologize.
okay, that's fair. Her answer doesn't change.
Yeah.
She has no idea. Like, she doesn't know the total count of who's alive and who's dead, mostly because she doesn't actually know how many learned
All
brothers
of
and
it.
sisters there were.
Yeah.
So...
He says, excellent. We didn't want to leave these things unattended. As you can tell, there are probably several items here that falling into the wrong hands would spell doom, disaster. So, with that in mind, I believe that we're perfectly okay here at this location.
I'm not sure of the structural integrity of the tower, Grandmaster. It is more for...
Come with me. And he cuts you off on purpose. He says, "Come with me." And he leads you through all of the arcane items, the enchanted items, into a room, and he opens it up. It's a big double door, and it opens into a beautifully decorated room. Chairs of crushed velvet that are stuffed perfectly, beautiful woodwork and things like that. But also like an arcane laboratory. It has long benches and tables set out with different accoutrements on them. And in the middle of the room with these long tables kind of keeping it enclosed, you see a circle and arcane runes written around the edge of the circle. And he says, "Are you familiar with this particular item?"
I can't say that I am, Grandmaster. Arcane and divine magic are not really my forte.
I understand. This is the teleportation circle. Me and mine can leave at any time. So we are perfectly fine. We must make sure that these are contained, and then we will...
Of course. I will
You think-
inform learned Brother Malice that you are both alive and well.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that Malice is doing. Thank you. I can safely see you to the ground. I want to obtain you first.
Yes, before we go, would we be able to talk with Master Badalar first?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's funny.
What?
I wrote like the description of each one of them as well as their name and their attitude and everything else like that. And it would usually go like their name, their race, and then the description. For Master Battlelore, I wrote human, dark-haired half-elf. Like, wait, what?
Are you okay?
I didn't write that right. Anyways, he leads you back into the other room. Again, the way he walks is almost like a glide as he moves through. He walks over to Lucky, and you can see what's going on. He reaches out and touches your shoulder, and he says, "Keep your hands off of my thing. Do we understand one another?" And he then releases you from the grasp of the whole.
Can I just have one? Just something to remember you by?
Lucky, do you have to sound quite so breathless like he just gave you the best loving of your life?
He did. It was really uncomfortable. We saved so many people, so we deserve some.
He reaches out and he traces an arcane sigil in the air.
Okay, it's fine. No, it's fine. Don't do it.
And when it's done, there's a your wrist hurts.
Ow!
The sigil is on your wrist. So on this side, you've got a metal cuff.
Yeah.
And on this side, you've got an arcane sigil.
Oh, man.
I'm branded twice now.
Oh.
Who do I belong to? I'm gonna reach into my bag and like very slowly pull out a piece of cloth, put it into my mouth, and then pull out another piece of cloth and tie it around my head.
That is a good name.
That's the first time I've ever seen him do anything like that.
He kind of looks over all of you.
I can't believe he did it willingly.
I know.
He looks over at all of you and then looks to Annalise, who's been doing most of the talking. And it's not a word, it's a thought that appears in your head.
Daddy?
You want to get it on, baby?
Oh, my Lord. Y'all need Jesus.
The word that pops into your head is quiescence. I'll write it for you.
All of us open our sheets.
Quiescence. If he becomes troublesome. And again, the only person that hears this is you. Because you realize his lips aren't moving. If he becomes too troublesome for a short period of time, this will keep him at bay.
Cap, did you just give them a shock collar for me?
Nope.
I love it.
It's not a shot collar.
It's something like it, I bet. We'll see.
Yes, we will.
More like a pause
so
button.
I, as a player, are clear. Is it going to do to him what happened when he touched the weapon?
No.
Okay.
It's a pause button.
Quiescence is Latin.
Now.
Quiescence
I thought it was from Greek.
Latin.
I'm
No, it's
streaming.
Hmm?
Tell me what the Latin
Alright.
translation is, please.
Quiet.
Yep.
For a short period of time,
You're right, it is Latin.
3 days. For the next 3 days, if he gets too chatty, say the word, it activates the rune. So you got something to remember him by. He cannot. And it's not even that it's a silent spell where he can't be heard or noise can't come in. Literally, he cannot speak. It does not function.
Oh, heck. Okay, use it wisely, though, guys.
Only person who knows Annalise.
God damn it.
Never said it out loud. But
Can he read my thoughts,
I
or is it
basically
just...
What's that?
Can he read my thoughts?
You don't know. You don't know how this operates.
Okay. Well, just because like he's sending me,
Every single
I
dirty
feel like he's sending me a message, which normally means that I can reply to it, but it's like
You can reply to this message.
she thinks to him, how many uses does it have? Is it a one-time spell, or is it I can use it as often as I like in the span of 3 days?
This is true. But as with all things, don't abuse the power that is given to you. What kind of a monster would that make you?
Well, we both know that I don't want to be a monster.
He kind of smiles at you. By the way, yes, Rickety Cat. Correct. Requiesce in Apache. So, yeah, for the next 3 days,
I have an off switch.
shut him up.
I have an off switch.
And again, it doesn't function like silence, where the sound doesn't go in and out. It literally, mouth will not. Your mouth will not work whenever that word is spoken.
My mouth will not work whenever that is spoken.
Like
Wonderful.
your vocal.
All right.
cords, you won't
I
be
can
able to
work with
speak.
that.
Uh-huh.
You will not be able
Becomes a
to speak.
mime.
Time to start learning Thieves' Cant.
Magic mouth, magic mouth.
Thieves' Cant involves you speaking.
No, you can use hand gestures.
It's,
Like
it
sign
is a
language?
mixture, it's a mixture of both.
Yeah. But anyway, excellent.
All right.
Thank you,
He
Grandmaster.
asked
Now,
what you-
may we talk to Master Battler?
Absolutely. He guides you back into the lab that's there. And you see a dark-haired half-elf. That's what he's supposed to be, despite what I write. You see a dark-haired half-elf. Very, very regal. When you first see him, he has the very high nose, his brow tall, his chin turned up. As soon as you walk in, hello!
All right.
Annalise is gonna lean over to Yinfir. Are you related to him by any chance?
You know, probably.
I'm going to pat
You cut
give
out.
up those. I'm going
Oh,
to pat Lucky on the. You should give those instruments back right now.
I start to slowly back up.
No.
I noticed. Do I notice this? Do I notice this?
No.
What?
Give me perception.
Sorry, what? I couldn't hear you, Arneth. What'd you say?
Lucky.
What?
Do this one thing for me, please.
I have done so much for you.
Be a good person.
You do.
I'm gonna scoot over a little bit.
Guy,
What
you
you
get away
guys-
from me,
What are
you.
you guys talking about? What's going on?
He's
You
those
person.
instruments.
Just lay my head on Arna. Going on?
You guys should just kiss and get it over with, and I'm gonna walk away.
You crime.
You crime.
You
Yinfir,
crime? Okay.
Yinfir, can I have the orb, please?
What orb? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yinfir, the orb that we
Low
were
key
given.
scared that they're gonna take it away. Not gonna lie.
Oh.
The orb we were given by Master Pent, who gave it to us and entrusted its safety to us.
Don't recall.
Well, this is happening. I am making my way to my.
Oh, Chief, your poor Mike.
You
What's
keep,
I know.
keep cutting it out. So,
My internet.
Type it, man.
so you're making your way over to Yinfir to try to convince him.
Lucky.
Lucky. That's what I meant to say was Lucky. You're heading over to Lucky to convince him to give over the instrument.
No. I scoot away from her. No. I start going downstairs.
You can't. There's no stairs.
Shoot. Is there still a rope attached?
Climbed up the rope.
No.
Yeah. Yes, there
There's
is.
not still a
Alright.
clock in your
No, I
mouth?
decide. No, I Fireball, no
You just-
more rope.
Cast fireball. Die.
Yeah, you kill me.
Grandmaster Saul is just like.
What the hell?
Did I just witness a murder?
Yennefer, then give me the orb.
Gillet's gonna clear his
And
throat and just start
stop
staring at Yennefer like a cold
lying
death
to me
stare.
like you're lucky.
Ooh, damn.
Wig snatched!
That's that wig. All right.
I'm gonna stare you dead in the face, Annalise, and I'm gonna take the orb out and put it in your hand.
Thank
And walk
you.
away.
She's going to turn
Wow.
to Master Battlelord.
I'll walk over to
and-
Yennefer and be like, good, good.
What is this? What is this? What is that?
You're learning well.
Let it flow through.
Let the hatred flow through.
Give it
Soon you will be unstoppable.
All right.
Okay.
Master Battlelord, before Master Pent moved on to his next adventure, he entrusted this orb to us as we pulled him from the rubble of the 6th floor. 5th floor or 6th floor? 5th.
5.
As we pulled him from the rubble of the 5th floor.
Yes, the artifacts.
Yes, he entrusted this to us and told us to keep it safe. So,
Oh.
however, it's been identified for us by Brother Malice, but he doesn't know how to use it, and it is no good to us if it is to assist us in our quest if we cannot use it. I was hoping
Well-
perhaps that you would be able to assist us.
No, of course, I'd be happy to. Let's see.
She's gonna gently place it in his hand.
He whisks it away from you, but not like snatching it, but just. Oh, well. This particular model is no longer being used. Going on to different types. It's much older than. Have you seen how it is here? And he kind of twists, and you notice now that the lines that are on it allow it to be turned and moved, so the pieces can be twisted and moved like a Rubik's Cube, but an orb. As he starts to line it up, he says, "Now, this is the way that you would move it to make it to your pattern and your path. The problem with this is that you'd have to, of course, know the map that you're wanting to look at, where in the skies you're wanting to see. Like, say, if you wanted to travel 200 miles leeward, then you would also have to know where the constellations would be at the time that you're looking at it. So, while it can be complicated, it can be quite easy to use as long as you know the measurements. So, of course, you'd have to know a map, because this itself isn't a map, but at least a map sort of. It's hard to explain, but rather it is a device to help you find your way if you don't have a map, but you have a destination and at least the constellations."
Okay.
Oh,
I want to know if that's in character, out, or both.
That
sounds like-
was Annalise's in character reaction. Absolutely.
Huh.
Okay, so as long as we know the constellations, it will assist us in directing us in the path that we wish to go, as long as we know where we want to go.
In a manner of speaking, yes. See, a lot of the astrolabes were used simply to say, I'm taking a measurement of the sky, and this is the position of the body that was in the air at the time. And then you can take and lay that out on a map, and then know the angle, and learn the difference, and learn where on the map your coordinates were. So that way you could say, hey, to visit this, I know destination, given the shape and the arrangement of things in the sky. This works in a more intense manner,
Right.
because it's three-dimensional, meaning that not only does it have a X and a Y axis, but also a Z.
Okay.
So, distance above or below the plane that you're on. The plane, of course, being Kyrith in its entirety, and then above or below, depending on what it is you want to look at.
Of
It's
course.
unique.
Would you happen to have a map of the old country of Adala?
Can't say as a. I know. Adala.
Of course, I'll be sure to ask learned sister Ola and Ora. They might know.
That would be, if you have something that might have come from that time, or those individuals, then yes, they would be the ones to speak of. They do know ancient history. Also, Master Pin. Oh, a shame that.
It is a shame. If you wouldn't mind, and she holds a hand.
No,
back out.
of course. And he places it in your hand.
Thank you. And she is going to slip it into her pack.
Didn't give it to you, bitch.
You also argued with her to give it to her in the first place to get the information.
Well, okay, I mean, so.
All right. Grandmaster Silent will give you the teleportation ring back down to wherever you want to go.
Okay.
Back down, basically, to where the teleportation circle, the opposite side of it is.
I think perhaps then it is time for us to go. We must inform
Perhaps,
Brother Malice that his higher-ups are okay and able to handle their situation. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Chief's cam was frozen, and then I saw Chief move like just a little bit. And I was like, no, Chief is just like sitting there and just not having a
So
single care in the
focused.
world. And I was just like,
Max, relax.
you were so still. I thought your camera was frozen and that your internet was fucked.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself. Man, I'm being really.
I should do something.
All right. As it is getting on that time, and I've got, work stuff. Is there anything final that you'd like to do, say, or ask of the Grandmaster or his brood while you're here?
Are you single? No. Joking.
So, like, are you married? Okay, Arnav. Okay, relax.
No, I'm joking.
Ian Fear is jealous for the first time in his life.
Yes, this is true. That Z-axis, though.
Again,
So,
can
I have a
travel.
question. Did Arnav understand?
any of that?
Yeah. He explained it kind of not really above everybody's understanding, but basically the gist of it is that you're on the surface. Most astrolabes will help you find your direction across an X and Y on the surface of the planet. The one that you have allows you to find X and Y, but also Z, which would go above the Earth or below it.
Cool.
And
So if you
considering
were saying
who we got it
spelunk-
from,
Right. So if you were, say, spelunking, something like this would help you. Although spelunking's not a really good one because you can't start, but let's say if you had a skyship trying to guide to something that were above the ground, like say in a mountain,
In a mountain, hidden. Okay.
floating castle.
Perhaps.
something.
well, Annalise's
Cool.
Annalise's plan is to get a current map of Kyrith and an older map of the country of Adelar, since this is
Alright.
what the place used to be called before,
Right, and maybe see if they were able to.
and
the
lay
Leonard
them over
sisters were
top
able to pull
using
anything up.
this orb to be able to find something if we're having to deal with directions that only have something to do with the old maps, because
Mhm.
the person we got it from said this will help you find the ancient places.
True.
So that is her plan, and then she is going to sit there one night, like at a campfire, and have Arnath teach her about the constellations, so that she can properly use this orb.
Thanks for taking my gift.
All right. So with that, you are teleported to the other circle. Sorry, hang on, one second here. You find yourself standing in a beautiful glade. The tower is just to your right. You're surrounded by a beautiful grove of trees all around you. It's a beautiful garden. You can see that there are stones arranged and like a garden path arranged that as you look at it, you realize it's the other half of the teleportation circle.
We did it. We saved the world.
Not quite.
Not even close.
You find yourselves now standing outside of still in ruins, but for the most part, while they did suffer some loss, it seems like they can recover. Ash is tracking down the dreaded Captain Falls, although the story is kind of an odd one.
Is his name Captain Falls?
Yeah, Captain Silas Falls.
And he took quite the fall from the ship. It's kind of ironic. I'll go home now.
I'll go home. I'll see myself out.
Now,
Hi,
I
guys.
promised an art giveaway, and we did that. Congratulations again to Ricky. Now we're going to do a game giveaway.
Oh.
And game giveaway. I've been giving away, kind of more the indie games and that. But I'm actually going to be giving away something. I'm going to be giving away Dead Rising.
Ooh.
If you would like to have a chance to win Dead Rising in the Twitch chat, write in Astrolabe. Again, the keyword is Astrolabe, and I will make sure that we have it. Astrolabe. Please fill right in that. Now, again, one time to entry must be active in there. Astrolabe to win PC game Dead Rising 4. Astrolabe. We'll go ahead and let everybody enter in there again. And hey, if you guys don't want the game, that's fine. Rickety Cat can win it again, or somebody else can, or play it.
Delicious games.
Delicious, yes.
Sweet, delicious online game.
Rickety Cat, that's very, very kind of you. We appreciate it. We will get with the artist since you kind of said, hey, surprise me. I'll get with the artist about what you wanted them to draw, though. We'll get that done. In the meantime, I don't have anything else coming up. I have a lot of stuff here with Lucky Dice Cafe that's going to take us being very busy, including some future things along the lines of a crate. One of those boxes you get and you're like, hey, what's inside of here? Where you get a one-shot written by yours truly.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Minis to go along with it, and a map. So also...
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
So more of that to come, because that means if I'm 12 one-shot adventures made. But yeah, cool. One person enters, one person wins. Like a Thunderdome.
You did great. Wow.
Congratulations.
Your dedication and perseverance is really what won you this.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, we want to thank everybody for watching along with us. Other than all the other things that are coming up, if you are in the Huntsville area or anywhere around in there, I know we had earlier somebody from the Athens, Alabama location. I will be hosting Adventure Leagues on Sunday here at Lucky Dice. So please come out. DCI number, we have a...
I'm jealous.
We have, if you have a DCI number, then we have a giveaway that we can do for you. Please come along. We would love to have you. Again, Adventure League on Sundays, and we will minis painted for you. Just two basic color, basic mini for about $20 if you want to do a fancier one. We can deal that. Along with a bunch of things coming on. But the one thing that I wanted to announce before I go is on Wednesdays. Firebear Adventuring Company, because you can't get enough of us on Mondays, will soon be broadcasting a new game. It will not be a fantasy game. It's going to be a sci-fi game. The crew of 6 aboard the colony ship known as the Praetor awaken to the klaxon sounds of the alarms. They don't know why, what's going on. But more importantly, and fun for me, they don't know what characters they're going to be playing because I've made them.
Wow.
They don't know until I go, you're playing this one.
Nice.
You're playing this one. You're playing this one.
And I'm kind of excited because I'm doing a character with a super bubbly personality. So if I get the Marine, I immediately become a sociopath.
It'll be real fun. It'll be
the most Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Harley. You basically become Harley Quinn. We will be broadcasting this live as well on Wednesdays. This one I will not be at Lucky Dice. I'll be broadcasting from the home studio because, man, that is a lot of drama. But anyways, we will be doing that. It's going to be based on the Traveler gaming system, which will be new to a lot of players.
And the GM.
But it is a lot of fun. I have pre-made the 6 characters. And, yeah, it should be entertaining.
Still at 6 Central?
It will. Oh, thank you for very much. No, it is 5 p.m. Central till 8 p.m. Central because one of the players lives here with. It's Traveler Second Edition, which is put out by Mongoose Games. If you take a look at it, it's really great. So we will be broadcasting from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. Again, 3 hours. So yeah, we'd love it if you guys tuned in. It'll here on Twitch, and again we'll be doing giveaways and things like that as we get those. And as always, we really appreciate all of you guys following us and watching, no matter how few or how many. We love each and every one of you and love having this fun time. In the meantime, I've got to get going because unfortunately I have a regular thing I got to do. But we love you guys. Thank you so much, and until next week, roar for it.